Ladies and gentlemen, people, how are we all doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. How's it going, people? How's it going? I didn't sleep, so if I look at my appearance is a little bit strange to you, that would probably be why. Um, why do you look like that? Why do I look like I can't do anything right? I can't do anything right for these people, man. Um, Kalora Vetlo was here yesterday. Was it yesterday? I think I slept through yesterday. The day before yesterday. Is that facial hair you see growing? Yeah, I'm not really shaving. Because I'm trying to grow facial hair. It's an attempt. It's an attempt. What did you guys do? Um, just hung around here. I wasn't in the mood to do anything. He was just we've been talking about him coming out here some weekend. He was like, "Oh, well, I'm out here on this weekend," because he was going and seeing some other friends of his or something. So I I slept through the day he wanted to link up, so I said if you're around tomorrow, he said sure. I pulled up to my apartment, but I had pulled an all-nighter again, so I wasn't really in the mood to go do a whole lot. Like I'm pretty boring in person. I'm not like uh when I go out and like do shit, I like doing it by myself. It was very exciting. Um Fuck, dude. What has been happening, man? I just haven't been in the loop. I haven't been in the know. We did like the most bare bones docket for today's stream. Um but I just haven't been in the loop as to what's been going on. Uh what is going on? You should link me stuff in the inbox that you've seen or would like me to cover. Um but yeah, not doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on. Look up Christy Noem husband. I was reading something about that. I saw a headline about it. Christy Noem. Oh, is he dead? Oh. Um. Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. He's not dead. Might as well be. Christy Noem. I never I feel like at the very least to be in like a position of government where you have like authority over other people, the minimum requirement should be you haven't killed a puppy. I don't know. That's just like a personal. I feel like that should just be like it's like I feel like that will catch a lot of like potential sociopaths from getting it off. Obviously not all of them. But that should be like the minimum requirement. You have not brutally executed a puppy. Well, she has. Christy Noem did execute a puppy, and not only execute a puppy, thought that it would go over well, telling everyone about it in her book. Uh, and it would just somebody that completely is like devoid of a normal conscience like you and I, and she didn't realize that this would, you know, she didn't realize it wouldn't go over so well with the public. I know Trump was considering her for VP pick for a little bit before the election, and I said like if this guy like it's just gonna be so comically evil if this guy on top of everything he's done decides to make his vice some fucking nobody. Well, sorry, not some nobody. She's a somebody, but not for like anything that matters. But make some like nobody that killed a puppy his like vice. How much more comically evil can we get here? And then when like Biden and the Democrats were making fun of her over this, she offered to because Biden had what was Biden's dog's name? It was like Major or something. Forget its name. But Biden had a dog that wasn't well trained or whatever that was like biting people around the White House. So in response to the backlash she was getting for talking about killing a puppy, she's offered to go to the White House and take care of Biden's dog as well. So I mean, I don't know. I that Just like a weird, very weird PR moves going on over here. I honestly think you could literally be anyone and still be Republican. Like, and get in office, like, or get picked to be a part of someone's cabinet, get picked to, like, there's just no standards. For your New York came out there. Damn. Yeah, it's weird. I want the accent. My family is insecure about it. Like, when I pointed out to my mom, she's like, "How do I talk like you?" I'm like, "Why do you want to talk like me?" Because she has, that she has the accent super, super heavy. All right. Anyways. Anyways. A lot of things, a lot of nothing happening as of late. We'll get into the Christy Noem shit later. I'll link stuff on that if you see anything funny. But also, apparently there are, like, gilded poo and, like, Falgi screenshots and leaks that people keep just, like, putting in icy. That's what the inbox is for, people, once again. Anyways, speaking of new stuff, AI people, don't you love it? What? Check inbox? Okay, I'll check inbox. Oh my god. This Ali Khan guy is so autistic. He's so autistic. It's like when he locks in, even if it's because I've seen him do it for shitty points in the past as well, even if it's like the shittiest like point ever, he'll be like writing like entire like dissertations to over some like shitter non-tent meaningless point that nobody gives a fuck about. And there was one time he did it and he was writing essays to argue for this point for 3 hours. And I love arguing. It's pathological. I called up some of my old IRLs the other day with calendar. I've always loved to argue, okay? People I've known in real life will tell you, I've loved to argue. This guy makes me not want to argue because he just doesn't stop. Not that, like, I can't argue. He just doesn't stop. It will go on for literally, if it's not stopped, like 24 hours. Anyways. How can Stardust the Stardust shit, I didn't have like a super solid stance on. I just did like a surface level analysis. And I was against on principle, and I might still be. I haven't I'm not necessarily changing my take. I have to look more into it. But I don't like the notion of like using racial mockery against people that we have a gripe with or are not on good terms with. But apparently there was like additional, I don't fucking know what the deal is with that, but Ali Khan writes, how can Stardust cry about being a victim of a racist attack, an attack on her identity as Indian, when she's doing essentially the same to someone else using their identity, attacking Jalen for being, yeah, so she's a hypocrite. Totally. I'm not here defending Stardust. Any like shit that she gets, she absolutely invites it, because it's like, what would be a good example? Let's say, like, when you sign up for this, you just know what you're getting into. I know, for example, that, like, being a part of the online sphere and the commentary community, you're gonna get jokes made about, like, being a Jew. That one's a constant one. I don't care about that. I wouldn't be able to do this if I cared about that, right? But I understand that I kind of invite it by participating in the sphere that I participate in. And at the end of the day, for Stardust's sake, the community that she decides to associate with, the people she associates with, hasn't she literally like had some sort of cordial connection to fucking Richard Spencer? Like, you kind of just have to have like thick skin ready for this kind of stuff. It's not like I only argue not because I said just like on principle, because whether it's Stardust or anyone else, the principle will remain the same. I don't think that we should, for people we have legitimate gripes with, resort to, racial mockery, because then I think you teeter on a line of legitimate racism, which obviously I'm against. I hope you would be as well. But hold on, let's take a look at this. Doing essentially the same to someone else, using their identity, attacking Jalen for being trans, done in an arguably worse context than substance, as both were looking to inflict some sort of emotional harm via attacking someone's identity. But Stardust's rationale was purely because she didn't like how Jalen acts, versus Substance doing it to make a point of how Stardust would obviously be offended by shit talk about her and wouldn't want that. But Stardust is also willing to shit talk Cherry. Ladies and gentlemen, coming at you live, hot off the press. Stardust is a hypocrite. I know you love Stardust. Everyone clearly loves, and this was a point that really needed to be proven. Believe it or not, everybody, Stardust is apparently a hypocrite. Let's take a look at this. Dude, whenever someone sends a streamable link, I don't know, like I get worried someone's like fucking sending CP. Fuck your streamable shit.
Said it last night. I was transphobic, but I was only transphobic towards one person, okay? I believe in trans rights, okay? I just don't believe in them for Jalen. That's all.
Is she... Okay, I didn't realize, like, she was, like, edgy, too. Like, I know the basics of who Stardust is, and I know that she's, like, friendly with everybody or whatever, but, like, I didn't know, like, how heavy into, like, the edginess, like, she leaned into. But, like, yeah, come on. Come on.
Mm-hmm. What do you have to say? So what she's basically saying is you're not valid, Jalen.
Where you can't act like male socialized and expect like women to want to like hang around.
You can't be you're either transphobic or you're not, by the way. You can't just be like, I've used this argument with people before. It's like, don't be a pussy about it. You either, believe there is some validity to trans identity or you don't. Okay? And own that, okay? But there are some people that always walk up to like the line of just what's socially acceptable without being overtly like against trans people. And what I mean by this is like people who misgender, transgender people who do like bad things. It's like, oh, well, this person's a special case. And it's like, okay, well, you're admitting that their identity is like so flexible that like their behavior can actually lead to the revocation of that identity. And you wouldn't do that for like somebody that was born biologically a woman. So it would seem as though you don't fully subscribe to this person's like gender identity, and that would reflect probably subconsciously on your views of transgender people as a collective. So it's kind of hard to be transphobic to one person without just being transphobic, like, period. And if you are, own it. We can argue about it. We can debate about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Ember Lily
I am transphobic just against one person. Jalen.
I'm not an ally. Dude, Aiden the trans ally. No, I just don't. I don't care about trans people, and I don't think anyone else should. Like, that's my position. It's like, if people, I don't fully understand the nuances of it. I know that gender dysphoria is real. I've seen it in friends and how much distress this caused them. But simultaneously, if regardless of how I might subconsciously view someone based on their ability to pass, etc., if calling someone by a certain pronouns is gonna like heavily alleviate mental distress, why would I not do that, right? Unless I'm just like a bad person.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, in fairness, if Jalen calls you transphobic, it's not that bad. You're like,
no, it's not.
Yeah, you're like slightly transphobic. You're not. How much have you interacted with Jalen, Stardust?
This is the first time I'm interacting with her in person, but I've heard of her
because this is
Jalen just isn't doing it for me. That's super like. What woman have you heard drop the N-word like Jalen does? Like,
multiple women have in fact dropped the N-word. This is the most stupid argument. The problem is not that Stardust is a hypocrite. The problem was not when everyone was like, oh, she's bringing up sick and his like childhood behavior after being molested, or none of this is the problem. The problem with Stardust is that she's just retarded. That's why I don't particularly hate her. I don't hate retarded people. I just don't. Inherently. You know? It's just like, what am I think she was being malicious with the sick shit. That's not, I think it's sweeping, so that's retarded. I think she knew what she was doing. But yeah, like, that's the weirdest argument ever for, like, why is the identity now, like, up for question over, like, unrelated behaviors? Like, why is that the first place your mind goes to?
What woman have you heard, like, hard art? What woman have you heard, like, scream and rage the way that Jalen?
Also, the cow joke doesn't even apply to Stardust, by the way. I didn't look at Stardust is not Hindu. She wasn't born Hindu. Her family is. I'm pretty sure she's Indian Muslim, right? So even your shitty racist joke are not like, you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
Does, or punch holes in walls. Like, we have moments, but not like that,
I don't think you've ever been around.
Yeah, but the cow is important in India. Okay, the cow is important in India because the cow is important to Hindus, and India is a Hindu majority state. So the cow is important in India by the Hindu populace.
The white trash.
She's not Hindu, she's Muslim. So the cow would not really be important, other than, maybe if you lived there, respecting the Hindus.
You haven't said anything.
I still deny her entry into womanhood. I still deny it. I do not claim her. She's not a woman.
I mean, you haven't said anything. You haven't said anything as bad as Tommy.
I will respect her pronouns, but I will not call her a woman. That's what I will say.
Just say you don't believe in. Just like, this is such pussy behavior. It's like, I specifically am gonna be transphobic to just say you don't think that you think trans people are playing dress up. You don't think this is a real woman. You don't think any of these people are real women. Just say it. Just own that. That's clearly what you think.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, pussy behavior and apparently hypocrisy. So shout out to the Ali Khan, Al Jazeera, AG4L News Network for this collaborative piece of journalism that has, been unveiled. We love and support trans queen. Someone asked me the other day, is there anybody, I would have been the perfect answer. Somebody asked me the other day, is there anyone you've ever covered that you legitimately, feel bad for and would, want to see? It's Jalen. It's easily Jalen. Easy. Because, well, what do you mean? Because I legitimately, when I see Jalen, I see somebody that is literally out of control. Literally, when Jalen's, spiraling. Somebody who's just not in control of what they're doing, what they're saying, etc., and you just kind of feel bad for a person like that, right? You just kind of because what can you do at that point? Aiden putting his name on something he had nothing to do with. Well, they take my name off shit that I do have something to do with. So, you know what? Might as well take credit for the shit I didn't do. Let's check Streamlabs real quick. I think we just got a hold up. One sec. I didn't miss you, whoever just tipped. First tip of the stream, by the way. Thank you so much to my biggest fan, whoever this is. Navakva with the 3. I heard somebody call her blank dust once. Absolutely vile, lol. Yeah. I think that Indian jokes are just so unfunny, man. They're just so unfunny. I'm not people over exaggerate how it is just the most normie. It is normie racism. It is normie racist humor. I hear kids fucking make Indian jokes now in public. It's acceptable, I guess. It's just acceptable. And it's so unfunny because it's the same 50 things. Do not redeem. Like, I'm supposed to chuckle now. I'm supposed to fucking chuckle every time I hear do not redeem and start laughing on the floor. Well, dude, clearly, like, the pinnacle of humor. Do not redeem. It's just old. It's boring.
And I said it last night.
I love Doc in the radio in the corner saying, let's go.
I was transphobic, but I was only transphobic towards one person, okay? I believe in trans rights, okay? I just don't believe in them for jailing.
That's... Oh, we already watched. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. Okay, we got the clip. Why'd I get linked this?
It's AI generated is cool or good, and those people are coping, all right? Because AI has produced some fucking unbelievable shit. It really has, like mind-bending shit. And it does take a creative mind behind it to put in the prompts to actually make it, but you see some shit that will blow your mind. And it's straight and utter cope to say that all AI-generated animation is just slop. All right? I'll be real here. It's cope. People don't want AI to actually be this good.
What? Okay, what? Is the goal to just get everybody to kill themselves? Because it's like, what? I mean, conceivably, it's just bound to happen, right? AI is going to be able to produce, like, passable animations. It already is, right? But it's like, at what point? At what point have we subsidized everything with technology so we don't have to do it? Where life is just boring. It's just all fucking boring. I think, like, instead of fighting against AI, and, like, the take should have been, because I don't know shit about AI. I don't know shit about it. I hate talking about it because I hate people that talk about it. AI bros or whatever. But it's a good tool to supplement, like, what I would use it for example, I will use it to supplement work that I'm already doing. So if I'm, for example, if I'm writing an essay and I need another set of eyes, I'll plug what I wrote, my work, into it, and I'll say, under the stated requirements, did I hit every point? Did I elaborate on it correctly, etc.? And it will just, like, it'll say you did a good job here, you did a good job here, like that kind of, where it supplements your work, your creative input, etc. I think it can be very useful for that. But simultaneously, can you stop regurgitating the AI transparency guideline from your critical path? Yeah.
People, because they feel like it'll just completely take over human creativity. People don't want it, so therefore they're just closing their eyes and making believe it doesn't exist. But it actually does. And that's why it's terrifying. And also,
look up this study with rats where they created a... Life is suffering. Life is struggle. Life is struggle. I've turned down handouts. I've turned down handouts where you'd say I'm stupid for doing it. But it's like, I understand that if I just had everything on easy mode, life is just, it's boring. It's unenjoyable. Challenge is good. Suffering is good. Suffering makes great men. Okay, it's actually, I don't know why I got linked this. But anyways, this actually kind of transitions us into, this transitions us into the next brief topic nicely, because I've heard people use AI now to just, like, obviously, to cheat and shit, right? And it's gone from having essays written on people's behalf to actually, like, people having AI, like, tell them what to say in the middle of interviews, etc. Scammers, I guess, were bound to sort of take advantage of this new technology. Well, scammers and what would be the correct term? Ambitious moneymakers from the third world. Like, you see all these, like, AI clip accounts from Nigeria that just clip movies with default captions, or AI rage bait accounts that engagement bait. And apparently there's also, like, now scam callers or whatever I didn't realize they turn on their cameras. But apparently, the do not redeem guy who would like hack their cameras and shit doesn't need to do that because the scammers supposedly turn their cameras on now. But this is a weird, I don't even know what the context is. Hold on. This is just such like a weird video. I don't even know, is this real?
So much.
Like, is the context here? But this is the
AI thing though. How would I be able to tell?
Here, man. Here.
Oh, is that? So
dude, Daniel William Cole. Dude, whenever there's like a probably foreign scammer on the line, the biggest tell besides the, typical very heavy accent is they always have the most like they have the whitest most American sounding names possible that like not even actual white Americans have. Like shit like yeah, I'm John Smith calling you today from Virginia or some shit.
Sorry, can you hold that up?
It's not AI.
Can you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's like
our director.
Oh, I see. I thought it would be your name.
No. That's our director. We have a multiple. You see all of them here.
Oh, I see.
Go, Ronnie.
But is there not some way of telling whether you're real or not? Can you like hold up 3 fingers in front of your face or anything?
Oh, come on. That's too much.
Can you hold
That's
up 3 fingers in front of your face?
Well, I think that, is that enough?
No, it's not in front of your face.
Well, that's too much, don't you think?
Yes, it is.
You know what? Whatever software this guy's using, should I get that and just like change my face for streams going forward? Would anyone notice? Would anyone notice if I just had a different face?
Because, if you were real, you would put up 3 fingers in front of your face.
The end of the meeting. Classic. Well, I guess that's now one of the new things you have to be looking out for if you happen to be speaking to a scammer who on Zoom for some reason. They might not be real. That's one of the in the ever-changing world. I used to always. Do you remember? It's crazy to realize now, because I've always been so young that it's like the present has always been the present. You didn't really live through history, and now it's like you realize, oh, the 2000s. That's actually like a long time ago. That's history and shit now, man. It's just time is such a strange concept. Time's such a strange concept, man. Turn off the filter. We know you're Parry. True. It's me, guys. It's me. Anyways, it's a changing world. It's a changing world. You've self-driving cars in LA and shit, but not everyone can catch up to the changing world and the technology that comes with it. And this includes judges, because apparently a judge is going viral for having some sort of IT issue. Let's take a look.
Of course you don't. And you're disjoined from the audio here, right? Yeah, it should be. Let me see. Sorry. Mariah, did I make this up? No. 5 seconds. 1 second. You don't have to go far. You're disjoined. Okay. Yeah, you're good. Okay. False alarm. No, it wasn't a false alarm. False negative. Sorry. Yes. Don't joke around. I'm serious about this. It was happening. I understand. I'm just saying I can't see it, sir. We're good. Thank you. Get out of my car.
Bro, imagine being named Nathan Milron, dude. Total dork. What a dork.
Over him. Fine case supervisor. Jesus Christ. Sick and tired of this bullshit today.
Look, everybody has bad days, okay? Everybody has bad days. I've had bad days. I have more bad days than good these days, but one of in your professional life, you have to compartmentalize emotions and handle things like a professional in a manner that allows for the common goals to be achieved in the most efficient and effective ways possible. And if your emotions get in the way of that, That's a problem. And one of the positions where you would not want someone to bring their emotions into work would be a judge. I've just seen so many clips of judges have immense authority. Now, thankfully, under our great system, you know, our legal system, luckily the words of, you know, you can appeal, etc. So if you get like one shitty judge, there are options available to you, but you don't want these like just like emotionally volatile. You don't want emotionally volatile people having power over your life to the point where they're going off on like random like IT guys and shit. Check the early life section of the judge's Wikipedia. Don't need to. He's not Jewish. I swear you could test me on this. If you were to get a bunch of photos together, under the, obviously, no like outlier examples where like you're taking someone who was like adopted by a Jewish family, but if you just got like a collection of pictures together of people I've never seen before, I will literally tell you who's Jewish and who isn't with 99% accuracy. You could literally pick Jews that have blonde hair and blue eyes. I'll spot it. I am literally, my Jadar is on point, man. On point. He's not Jewish. I doubt he has his own Wikipedia page. And if he does, I doubt it's detailed enough to be giving that. But you know what? We'll check. He's not Jewish. Yeah. And this is in Harris County, Texas. Like, yeah, obviously not. All right. Anyways, that's that. Judges, control yourselves. What the fuck is going on? You literally unironically, Cal thought that Joseph Goebbels was Jewish. Unironically, I was in like disbelief the other day. Is this guy told like, what are you talking about? It's not true. He's obviously not, but like, he was. Really, man, really. Wasn't he? No. Is everyone's dude? This Goys just have the worst like Jadar on earth. I swear to God, bro. You had to especially be a member of like Hitler's inner circle. First of all, you had to get for marriage and shit. You had to get like a certification of like Aryan heritage. And for people, Hitler and members of his inner circle, like the SS would go through people's family trees. This actually caused some complications for Hitler because he didn't know who his real grandfather was. But and there was rumors that obviously there was no evidence for this, that his grandfather was Jewish. But the only like people that were technically of Jewish descent that were able to, there's this myth that there were like Jewish Nazis. That's not true. Anyone who was like counted wouldn't be considered Jewish under like Nazi law, and most cases Jewish law. There was what's his face? I think Erhard Milch. He was half Jewish, and he was like the highest ranking like Nazi of Jewish descent. But he was only able to attain that because he had favorable like rapport with Hermann Goering, who was able to they forged his like heritage. His mom had said that his dad wasn't his real dad, the Jewish dad, so they were able to Aryanize him. But no, nobody in Hitler's like inner circle was Jewish. That's not true. That only applied to the SS and leadership. Yeah, believe it or not, that's what we're fucking talking about, you retard. Believe it or not. You know too much about the Nazis. I know a lot. I could probably be a passable armchair historian when it comes to that era. It's the most interesting time in history. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Justin, the U.S. Army has suspended the air crew who flew this is not real, dude. Sorry, this is obviously real. What is going on? Oh my god, a helicopter. So how much did this cost us? How much did this cost us? It's like, yeah, let's get rid of government waste. Nobody's getting rid of government waste. They're just wasting it on shit that they care about and taking it away from shit that they don't. Name 4 German political parties from the 1920s. You had the SPD, you had the SPD, you had the Communists, you had obviously the Nazis, but in the 1920s they would have been the German Workers' Party, or depending on what time of the 1920s. You had what is it? The fucking Christian Democrats, or whatever they are. But the main ones were the SPD, the Communists, and the SPD, the Communists, and the Nazis. Your 4th would be more fringe stuff, right? Okay. Well, I don't know why we're wasting money to do flyovers of irrelevant celebrities, houses, or whatever the fuck, but I guess, you know, money well spent. Money well spent. Truly. It's just a joke. It's just a fucking joke. I don't even cover it anymore, because it's like, what do I do? What do any of us do? Half of this country is fucking retarded and delusional and living on like in some alternate fucking universe where reason and logic and common sense and sense of shame and embarrassment just cannot reach them. There's nothing I could take the black pill. We're doomed. We're fucking doomed. Well, maybe, Aiden, try not to vote for Trump. Yeah, I totally did that, by the way. Totally did that. Anyways. So that's, what is this new Christy Noem husband shit? I know there was an affair. And Christy Noem had like been holy fuck! What the hell? Interesting. Interesting stuff. Okay. So Christy Noem, the former Secretary of Homeland Security, she got sacked right after the congressional hearing over where she got grilled on her like affair or whatever. She's also a puppy murderer and a plastic surgery addict. Well, she's apparently was dating or married to some guy called Brian, and okay, their leaks have come out. I don't know who got this, like, has to be Iran. This has to be Iran, dude. If you're like in a position, like, first of all, if you're like the weirdo, like the like a weirdo freak that like gets off on like having breasts, like, and taking private photos of yourself, why would you ever have photos like that on any device ever as like somebody in a position of government or power? That is the ultimate blackmail material. When they're looking to give, like, I'm pretty sure, I was always wondering, like, why on security clearance forms certain questions were asked, etc. And a big thing with who they decide to grant security clearance to, etc., is who can be blackmailed, who can possibly be blackmailed or extorted, and shit like this, I guess, is what foreign governments can use to blackmail and extort you. The Daily Mail's reviewed hundreds of messages involving 3 women from the bimbofication scene. What? Where porn performers transform themselves into real-life Barbie dolls by pumping colossal amounts of saline into their breasts. That's not healthy, right? Brian has lavished praise on their surgically enhanced bodies, confessed his lust for huge, ridiculous boobs, and even made indiscreet remarks about his 34-year marriage to former Homeland Security Secretary Christy. Our investigation can exclusively disclose. National security experts consulted by the Daily Mail say his brazen behavior could have left the 54-year-old MAGA favorite who oversaw ICE's aggressive crackdown until she was removed from her position on March 5th, vulnerable to blackmail. True! That's what I was saying! If a media organization can find this out, you can assume with a high degree of confidence that a hostile intelligence service knows this as well. Yes. Warned former CIA officer Mark Polymeropoulos. He's Greek. Yeah, this is like, obviously, if you have like secrets like this that can be like blackmail material, it is like risky to put you in a position of power because you could easily be compromised. And I mean, people joke about like Mossad having like blackmail of like celebrities sleeping with kids or whatever, but like if we're being real, that is like actually like shit that foreign intelligence like seeks out to use as leverage on individuals. I can't believe this is like, do you remember there was some fucking like in government, you have like a million like meaningless departments and positions that nobody gives a fuck about, and like Biden had appointed some like head of like nuclear waste disposal or something, and they were this like non-binary person called like Sam Brinton, and they had been caught, I guess, trying to steal luggage at the airport previously, and like going like kink parades or festivals or whatever. And the conservatives just talked about this person for years. They held like a fucking meaningless position. Talked about this person for years. This is what your guys are up to. I expect CNN to be making fun of this for years. Oh my god, dude. The Daily Mail can reveal Christy Noem's husband is a secret cross-dresser who exchanges photos of himself online wearing giant fake breasts. This is one of Trump's, I mean, not him, her. She's one of Trump's top gals, or at least she was. Like when Trump's like administration is remembered in history, she'll be like known as like a member of his inner circle, right? Dude, this is literally her husband. And she was cheating too. Everyone was grilling her over this. I think if anything, this makes me more sympathetic to her because maybe there was a reason for that cheating. Like this. Another photo shows the rancher and businessman wearing figure-hugging green leggings and a white top stretched over two bulging orbs. Two bulging orbs. Yeah, if only I had that descriptor in mind when I was telling people about my Spanish teacher in middle school. Two bulging orbs! Remarkably, Brian's face is clearly visible in both images. He pouts playfully at the camera, seemingly unconcerned that his online activity... Yeah, there are people who literally just have no concept of, like, cause and effect and can't conceptualize that, like, time is a linear concept and there's, like, a future, and that the actions they're currently undertaking can have, like, an aftermath that extends into the future or implications on the future. Some people just aren't like that, and I guess this guy isn't one of those people, because not only does he have material that can very clearly be used to blackmail him, but he's voluntarily publishing that onto the internet with identifying marks, his face being visible. I mean, how fucking stupid do you have to be? Yo, thank you so much. Our second tip of the stream from Patrick. I don't want to hear anyone complaining about Biden raising gas prices ever again, because the station that is right by me was $3.29, now is $6.19. Thanks, Trump. It's literally going to get higher. We're not going to get back to the old numbers for like at least a year, I'm pretty sure, right? And that's assuming that we're done with Iran anytime soon. Which obviously is not going to be the case. Okay. Oh, okay! Okay! Polymeropoulos, a CIA veteran of 26 years, agreed damaging information like this can be a tantalizing lead for a hostile intelligence service. No shit! No shit! Dude, if I was with Mossad right now, I would have... It's the jackpot. It's the holy jackpot. You cannot think of, like, better blackmail material. And this guy fucking handed it on a platter. He left his face in the images, too. Does he have, like, no fear? No sense of shame? When Daily Mail reached Brian by telephone, he did not deny having explicit conversations or sharing photos of himself dressed as a woman. It was also put to him that he made indiscreet comments about his wife and could have by the way, I'm against normal people, well, I guess you can do whatever the fuck you want. I think there's no reason to send nudes, to even have photos of nudes or sexually suggestive or compromising positions of yourself. But especially for governmental official, or somebody who's married to a government official that understands the risks, that understands, foreign, I mean, this isn't just, he's not just the husband of it's the Department of Homeland Security. This is like crazy. How did he not, like, did it just not occur to him what he was doing here? Christy Noem was contacted and wouldn't comment. Christy and Brian Noem met in high school, married in 1992. Her oldest kid is 30, over 30. Their marriage became the subject of intense speculation when Daily Mail revealed her alleged years-long affair with close advisor Corey Lewandowski in a 2023. The Daily Mail revealed that too? Dude, the Daily Mail is this family's worst enemy, bro. Worst enemy. Aiden, I heard an old friend tried to DM you yesterday. You should answer before they do something bad. Where did they try to DM me? Once again, it's like Aiden, somebody is trying to DM you. And then I go and I check my Discord DMs. I got nothing. Let's check Twitter. You know what? Maybe it's there. Maybe I just messed up. There's going to be nothing there. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be nothing. You're just wasting my time, and I'm giving you exactly what you want. But I can't stop myself. Yeah, nothing. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. I'm working at an interview. Potential interview with someone. Okay. Anyways. What is that? I haven't actually seen this clip. Who gives a fuck about, like, affairs are, like, such non-time. Like, yeah, having affairs is wrong or whatever, but it's like, I just don't care when I hear that someone, like, it's like, dude. Oh, this is on the archive. It's not gonna play. Yeah, this is just rough, man. The cameo backfired when California Democrat Sidney Camlager Dove asked the outgoing DHS secretary, "Have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewin?" Okay, yeah. So this started because she was getting grilled on her affair, right? And now it's the husband is like dressing as a woman. Okay. Hold on. Let's I just want to see this clip. One sec. By the way, if you want to help out the streams, clip like hell. We need clippers. I see Navakva on Twitter. Much appreciated, brother. Another great brother. Dude, I'm Tactical Templar. Another great way to help us out is by liking the stream. You can also tip through Streamlabs Super Chats. Help us make above minimum wage in Tennessee. And all that good stuff. Join the Discord. Christy Noem. Grill. Alright, is the clip even worth watching? No. Or wait, hold on. We have to go to the original article. Brian Noem. Yeah, this is bad, man. This is bad. Trump reacts? Where's the original article? Here it is. Got it. Dude, the Daily Mail is like on their shit recently. What's going on? All right. Yo, thank you so much. Wait, one sec. Yo, thank you so much, Will, with the $1. Pile of poop with a face. Much appreciated. All right, here we go. Whoa. Fuck. Okay. Oh, wait, I have to... It's pay... Forget it. Back to... We could read on here. Okay. The vast trove of saucy texts, WhatsApp messages, and images obtained by the Daily Mail reveals that clean-cut Brian has his own share of secrets. His fetish was 3,000 cc plus boobs, according to one of the models who communicated extensively with Brian and agreed to describe their conversations to the Daily Mail. There's a reference to custom-made XXL implants that can hold more than 3,000 cubic centimeters of saline per breast, far greater than surgeons typically recommend. It's called bimbofication, people who modify their body to look like a doll. The Barbie look, she explained. His kink is for huge, ridiculous boobs. I mean, I guess everyone's into something. Dude, this is so bad. Yo, thank you so much for the 150, Master of Bricks. A hot dog with ketchup. I don't like ketchup, but I like hot dogs. Brian got in contact with a model using the pseudonym Jason Jackson, complimenting her amazing curves and vowing to worship her like a goddess, according to messages seen by the Daily Mail. In texts and audio calls, the pair shared everything from mundane daily chit-chat to spicy banter. Banter? It's just banter, mate. It's just banter. When he was like sending that like porn star photos of his 3,000 cubic centimeter augmented breasts, you know, it was just banter. Quick Google search. Oh god. This is bad. $2 from Will, a Shiba dog with a big smile on his face till Lisa. Thank you so much, Will. Dude, I want to get a dog. The problem is I just will not. I move too much. I'm not consistent with where I am and what I'm doing. So it's not a good idea. Okay. So Trump's apparently responded, I guess. Is this the kind of banter that Yes. Yeah. Okay, what is Trump's reaction? The Daily Mail called Trump to field his reaction just weeks after he fired Christie as the Secretary of Homeland Security, following bipartisan backlash over the agency's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics and scrutiny of a controversial $220 million advertising campaign that was not approved by the president. See, the good sign, the only hope-pilling sign, is that he's been willing to pull out of and stop and go back on some things in the face of, like, overwhelming public backlash. So maybe that will happen with Iran. I don't know. I don't know, man. Now, national security experts say his shocking activity could have left his wife, Christy, open to... Okay, anyways. All right. So Trump reacted. And yeah, I could just imagine what his face was like when he heard. Okay, so that's that. Speaking of augmented breasts, everybody's favorite commentary boy toy. You ever heard of him? They call him Liam Donovan. They call him Luscious Loam. Fuck. He I guess has, after providing the commentary community with with a week's worth of goon material, apparently Loam is beefing with performative male TX2 or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know what there's something happening. Something is happening. So let's take a look. That guy was groomed. See, these narratives are funny. But like, obviously there's some underlying interest from him, like in what he's doing. He's a grown man. I don't think he's getting groomed by his community. So it starts with a video Loam made on TX2. Let's take a look at this shit.
You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but... Clock strikes. Across your... There's a grand prize!
Pedophile. This guy, I just like, I don't know what it, like, whenever I see the like alternative emo like 2000s 2010s like types in the 2020 in the modern era, it's just your mind goes, okay, this person's probably a pedophile that has numerous weird messages with underage fans. Gamma likes this music, by the way. I tried to listen to My Chemical Romance. It's like, am I like 14? Am I 14? What is this slop? Going to high school parties type. Yeah, I go to high school parties, man.
Come join my circus.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I haven't talked about TX2 in like over a year. If you remember those videos, kind of a lot has changed.
There's no cosplay going on, so what is the point of the makeup?
Over here, at least on my side with this channel, but you know, the reason why I stopped is because simply there just wasn't anything new to say. You know, nothing was changing with him. It was just kind of the same old, and I kind of said everything I already wanted to, so since nothing was changing, there was no reason to really keep up with him, until most recently I came across this video.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
Well, I don't think this is like the whole groom. I don't know what this thing, everybody's mind, whenever like someone's doing something cringe, everyone's mind immediately wants to blame some external force that's secretly influencing them. Because it's like, it's out of character behavior or whatever. But sometimes you have to accept that like these people were always like this or had an interest, but it just wasn't as apparent to you. Now it is. Now they're making it more blatant. I don't think that Liam was groomed by his community. I don't think that, in all honesty, I legitimately had to guess. I think he just might be trans. I think he legit. See, Femios used to say it, and I used to be like, oh, it's just like another like trans person claiming that everyone else is trans. You know, there was nothing to it. Well, Femios has just been vindicated on this one time and time again. Femios won. Have we considered this?
Bill Clinton, we see your names on the list. It's all of your friends that are hiding in the redacted list. We're fucking coming for you.
Oh, man.
This guy made a song about Epstein, and this is how he's promoting it.
So you're bought by the trans cabal. Don't you literally have any/all pronouns listed on your Discord?
Needed to be said. Show someone who needs to hear this and spread awareness. Song is out now. Go blast it at protests. I mean, we can say it with 100% certainty now. This guy just is Tom McDonald for the other side. This is exactly how Tom promotes his music too. He makes a song and then promotes it and panders to these dumb conservatives under the pretense of, you can play this while owning the libs. You can play this at your protests. Listen and stream to my Charlie Kirk song that I put out 48 hours after his death, so you can remember his legacy. Hashtag punk. Hashtag punk rock. He's like Mr. Beast and algorithmifying.
Well, it's not. I think the Tom McDonald, like punk is like at its core, right? He thinks it's like punk what he's doing, like because he's speaking out against the elites and the establishment, and you know he's rebelling. It's punk, right? Speaking out against those in power, just sees this as a natural continuation of that. The problem is it's just the most like effortless, like pandering, like easy to reach, like level position. Like there's nothing like, you could tell it's just all performative. There's no like revolutionary take there or whatever. It's like, guys, I think that the rich faceless swamp that's eating kids needs to stop eating the fucking kids. And then everyone on TikTok's just like clapping for you.
The Epstein files and like the Epstein victim stories. It's crazy. So aside from the funny and cringe concept of even making a song about the Epstein files or Epstein in general, there's an
Aiden fears his own community will I don't think people can turn you trans unless you're like a kid or developmentally disabled. I legitimately just don't think that like the whole like groomed into being like, I think these are all people that had some underlying interest or gender identity issues when they start going down this route. It's just like how, like for example, me, I know I'm a guy, right? I know I'm a guy. I've never felt like uncomfortable or questioning about my gender or whatever, right? For many, many years, it's been a point of mockery or attack to say, you know, you're going to be trans. Have you considered, at one point, I had a lot of trans friends that would make jokes like that about me, etc. And I just knew off the bat, I never had any effect because I knew, you know, I have no desire to, you know, be like that. So it's just like, there was no risk or effect. I feel like the people who get inundated with that same messaging that actually go and act on it in many cases were just people who had already preconceived maybe gender dysphoria or interest in this sort of thing.
Actual relevant problem with this that's worth pointing out. And if you don't remember or are unfamiliar with the whole thing about TX2, it's all about inauthenticity because, you know, of course there's a lot of...
You don't need to believe me. If you think I'm trans, that's great for you. You don't have to believe me.
People, you know, pointing out him posting cringe, but aside from that, he would do a lot of things that would rub people like really...
It's not that I like being a man, it's that I am a man and I feel like a man and I don't feel like a woman, so it's not like I have a, you know, a strong it's just like there's no dysphoria, there's no, oh, I want to be that or whatever, right?
The wrong way with certain things he was doing. Like this was just one, for example. He would post a bunch of these videos going out in public to act crazy or be a nuisance while in lingerie or a dress, only for the purpose of filming a YouTube short for engagement online. Like he titled this, "Emo shocks people in public and has a breakdown."
Take off my lingerie, red light from cameras glow, spend my legs for the work day, do what it takes for blow. My father wouldn't want this, we'll make sure that he knows.
like, I don't know.
I don't think Liam is viewbotting. Literally, whenever you guys hear a viewbotting allegation, deny it. Fucking 3 times out of 4, you'll be correct. The person isn't viewbotting. I have seen way more cases of false accusations of viewbotting against people than I've ever seen actual verifiable instances of viewbotting. So it's the same shit with deleting comments. Whenever back in the day, I don't know how it is now, but whenever there would be like a viral video, people would be posting like, he's deleting the comments. He's deleting the comments. Not on like whoever they were talking to, typically someone in controversy. And it was not the comments actually weren't being deleted. They were being like many cases, they're auto-filtered by YouTube, or like it's not done on the creator's end. But this was just like a common misunderstanding of how shit works. You see an anomaly and then they immediately infer that it's some intentional effort by the creator.
This just kind of seems fucked up. I, of course, think it's awesome to dress however you want. I mean, you know, look at me. But it just feels weird when you're seemingly only doing it for engagement online while giving a bad reputation to it as well by purposely having a, like...
True! You know, there are people, there are people that are legitimately trans, legitimately gay, etc. And then there is the performative male that is comfortable with bending his gender expression and kissing other guys to get, like, the rave of applause from what is typically a 15-year-old girl audience. That's what I feel like that's what I thought that Liam was with the makeup. I think I'm wrong. I think I was wrong. I think it's way more than that. With how committed and how it's developing and how it's persisting, I think it's more than just being performative. Far more. I think I believe, legitimately, that Liam believes that this isn't performative, this is the real him. At first, I thought Liam was doing what he's accusing this guy of doing. I could be wrong. I'm starting to reassess that take.
Breakdown and bothering people in public just going about their day. I don't know, that like rubs me the wrong way. And this was like a big thing that he would do and how he would promote his music. Like he would Mr. Beastify like being trans or gay for the algorithm, and it just comes across as super weird and inauthentic. And the lyrics in his songs would be like, look at my wrist, look dad, like that's an actual quote.
Remember when you said I looked gay? I was only in the 5th grade. Look at my wrist, look!
Remember when you said I looked gay? Yeah, I remember. It's about to happen again. Dude, that's actually so funny. It's like, you're like emo, the whole persona is like, my life sucks, everything sucks, man. Like the examples you're pulling out are like, in the 5th grade, somebody told you looked gay. I used to get that. Because I used to put in a lot of effort back when I had straight hair, semi-straight. I used to put a lot of effort into my hair. I used to put a lot of effort into my clothes. I used to put a lot of effort. You know what I get? You know what I get? Does anyone ever heard this word? Metrosexual. I get called a metrosexual, typically by adults, not by, obviously kids don't know that word. But metrosexual. That's all they'd say. That's all they'd say. This guy is my culture. He's using it as his prom dress right now.
Who's the fag now?
Just like super on the nose, over the top, uncomfortable lines like that. And he would have the same inauthentic.
Yeah, because apparently it's gay to like take care of your appearance.
Shtick with like every way that he would promote his songs too, being like, do you need a punk song to listen to?
You will not believe what just happened to us today. We interrupted an anti-LGBTQ plus protest with over 200 people in it holding up signs, and in true punk rock fashion performed our song in the middle of the crowd.
It's so funny because like he's like taking all like mainstream social media consumerism and like the trendy accounts that like hop on every single trend and are actively keeping up with what's popping, what is it. He just like has that vibe while trying to be emo. He's using like the stereotypical background music. He's like, you could tell like it's all like he's, you know, a lot, it's like completely fake. It's all an act. It's like somebody parodying an emo, like pretending they're emo, but doing everything like opposite, I guess. This guy seems like he fucking loves life.
In the face of hundreds of people that wanted to kick our ass, we decided to do a performance take. TX2 is punk rock, you can't tell me shit.
It just felt like everything he was doing was
punk.
Just more for algorithm's sake and engagement's sake, as opposed to genuinely caring about it.
Why is your flashlight on your phone?
And to top it all off, he has this crazy attitude and ego that is just downright unlikable. Anytime people would point out anything to him, just being like, hey, you know what you're kind of doing here is actually kind of fucked up in this way, he would constantly respond like this, bragging and boasting about his numbers and streams in like the most obnoxious way ever. This was one of them. No, I just get stupid, insecure people like you to fall for my trap and engage. Get views, then
when you have, this is the best lesson, okay? Chatter that may become a streamer one day. When you're up, enjoy it, but don't use the fact that you're up to posture over other people, because what goes up must come down, okay? And that the same goes for influencers. Everybody has a fall off. Everyone. Some people will have multiple, like me. But the harder you use that as a point of attack when you are up, the more it's gonna suck to fall off. Because now it's like you're like the guy who's calling everyone irrelevant, flexing your numbers and shit. Now you've fallen off. It's like nobody has any sympathy for that.
Money off of you while inspiring others. You got played. 1.2 million views in 24 hours. Say what you want about TX2, but we been up. All according to plan. Why do you post rage bait? Blah blah. Stupid people on the internet fall for it every time. Literally years later, still works. If you're mad that I'm cringe, keep it up. You pay my bills. Thank you. This guy's talking like
Speaking of paying people's bills, you should pay the Streamly toll by either tipping through Streamlabs or Super Chat. Great way to help us out. If you can't, that's fine. Another great way to help us out, other alternative way to pay the toll, is by liking the stream, joining the Discord, following my X, clipping on X, at me in it so I can see that you're clipping and, you know, we could become good friends, good buddies. All that good stuff.
I'm Jake Paul in 2017, just so obsessed with numbers. And he thinks that anyone disagreeing with something that he does is just haters being mad that he like posts cringe or rage bait, when there's actually legit criticizable weird shit that he's doing. But that's just the small context that I've talked about with him, just to get you like a small picture on who he is and what I've talked about before. But the latest reason why I'm even making this video to begin with, because this is probably the lowest that he's gotten, like fully formed into Tom McDonald for the other side, and I think it's important to point out. So as I showed earlier, he's making songs about the Epstein files so he can promote them on social media to get more streams on his music, because numbers are like literally everything to this guy. You're going to figure out. I mean,
this is what I never got about like your hyper specific messaging song, like people like Tom McDonald. It's like, even if you're listening for political, there's no re-listenability. Like, it's just like, who's gonna like put some shit on the aux that's about like the Epstein files? It's like, it's just there's got to be a word for it, like the McDonald's equivalent of music. It's just like appeal to a cheap message. The song gets listened to one time by various people, and that's how you make your money. It's never replayed. It's never notable. Nobody can actually remember its name.
Look at the way that he's promoting it.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton. We see your name on the list.
I know you might be thinking that I'm playing the same video right now, but I'm not. This is a completely different video, by the way, from what I played at the start. They literally just have like the same exact script.
All of your friends you've been hiding, we're coming after you, motherfucker. The man above is on a list.
Pre-save this song in my profile now. I don't care anymore. I'll say it. Show someone who needs to hear this and spread away.
I don't care anymore. But the most insufferable part is that when people like take these like the most like normie political positions ever, and then act like they're saying something brave or revolutionary. I don't care anymore. You don't care any. What did you care about before that was preventing you from saying pedophilia is bad? Like saying I don't care anymore implies that there's been a change in your attitude somehow that is now leading you to say pedophilia is bad in your song that wouldn't have otherwise been present at the moment you would have assumedly cared.
Awareness. Yeah, I bet you would like a lot of people to spread awareness to your music, to your streams, and to get you more money. We're coming for you. Hashtag Epstein.
Hashtag.
Does this even need an explanation? I feel stupid. I feel like I'm stupid for even explaining on how this is like the most inauthentic thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's just obvious. TX2 is using the Epstein files as a stepping stone to just get more streams for his music. This is all just a marketing strategy to him for more attention. Like, he's done multiple marketing campaigns like...
Dude, and the idea of like an emo being like invested in like marketing strategy and staying on the grind 24, it's like the LARPiest shit ever. You're emo. Aren't you supposed to just like not care about anything and everything sucks? Meanwhile, this guy's like Mr. Beast, like Mr. Beast energy is just like following every trend, fucking spamming shorts where he's like super upbeat. What is emo about this?
This is just the latest one, nothing special. And he puts hashtag punk rock while attending the Mr. Beast School of Algorithm, taking advantage of literally anything.
This is a good video so far, Liam.
For views. Grandma says, release the files, Angie emoji. And it's just his song. That's the whole video.
Where is this drinking like this is the other like TikTok like if you say they're eating kids, eating. It's like it's someone like made like a video like that that got like 100,000 likes. It's like the elites are literally eating our children. Where's like the culinary angle coming from? Like I have a pretty, you know, decent understanding of the extent of Epstein's crimes, at least based on what's publicly available. And I didn't see anything about eating. I'd be surprised if that was occurring in mass. Because, like, yeah, believe it or not, pedophiles can also get grossed out by cannibalism.
Song, link in my bio. This is just a joke. Like, this is just bullshit to him. This is...
Like, minors were being molested. It's horrific. It's horrible. But what is the eating angle? Like, why does everybody need to always make it about eating or drinking? Like, that isn't in the like, I'm not seeing anything there.
Just clocking in his shift Monday in his cubicle. Oh, what's the video we can make today to hopefully get some more attention for my music? Oh, you know, the Epstein files is pretty trendy right now. Let's take advantage of these stories. Let's take advantage of these real stories from these women and use it as a strategy to get more streams on my music. If my grandma's more punk than you, get funked. Show someone who needs to hear this and spread awareness. Hashtag punk. Hashtag Epstein.
Ways to stand up to pedophiles.
Number one, use your voice. Say something like this. Like, it really is just parody levels at this point. Number two, repost this and amplify.
All right, we get the gist. Okay, we get the gist. This TX2 guy, let's check out his Insta real quick. TX2. I've actually never, like... Dude, he's gonna be in Riverside on April 25th? Dude, he's not even performing in he's performing in Riverside. It's a weird, dude, his tour consists of, he's going from Riverside to Reno, Nevada for performance. He's skipping, he couldn't get Vegas, like, I guess he couldn't get LA either. Then he just leaves Nevada after performing in Reno. Where the fuck is La Vista, Nebraska? Okay. It's like me going on tour and like I go to a state and like I don't even go to like, I don't know. Like I like for my New Mexico leg of the tour, I go perform, I don't know, what's some irrelevant ass fucking place and all right. The proper way to call out a heckler. Okay, so apparently he got heckled.
The message. Oh.
Wait, hold on. Am I logged into? Yeah. What would you even do on tour? Me? I would, dude, I would stream on tour. Do live streams, man. Live streams, dude. Dude, I'm gonna do a tour that's only gonna have one stop, and it's gonna be down the street. Yo, thank you so much, Abayu, for the 2. Inbox, peak incoming, AG4L and World to See USA. Is Ali Khan here? Is Ali Khan here? Get Ali Khan. Get him here right now. Summon him. Summon him. I actually have to announce something. Well, actually, I'm gonna wait a second. Okay, this is big. Hold on. I'll give it like 2 seconds. I'll give it 2 seconds before I say anything. I just don't want to fuck anything up. Okay. You know what, guys? I need to go make another cup of coffee anyway. I'll explain to you what's happening in a second. I just give me like 2 minutes. So this could be a thing that's about to happen. I guess to put it one way. In the meantime, just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Nobody go anywhere. We have no viewers, so like if 2 of you leave, it fucking matters. Just 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. Go watch the same VOD like setting you watched 15 times because I don't upload anything new. Hold on. Yourself up for some kind of allegation. There is adult content posted in your server.
You will get accused of having a grooming community.
Are there any other minors in your server besides these 2?
That's the only 2 I know.
How old is Jewel?
I think that person is 15.
Another one has hit the towers. Wait.
Oh, is there another one?
How many minors are in the server, bro?
I don't know.
Okay, so apparently there's some drama, okay, that I'm hearing, and I need everyone's opinion on this. So there's a streamer called Marcus, or March Baby. I've been in his chat sometimes when he's covered some stuff pertaining to me. I have no problems with the guy. But there's a person that is frequent in commentary chats by the name of Hater. I think Hater is in my chats sometimes, and Hater is 16 years old. I have, 18 plus. In my Discord, apparently this 16-year-old is in Marcus's server, and one of my head Jannies, QQ, was like calling it out or something, and it caused this like argument. I think it's a very bad idea to have minors in your Discord. because it's just like setting you up for like if it's like a case where somebody like I Show Speed or whatever, and you have like top tier paid Jannies and your community like widely consists of underage people, you know, it's fine if you're keeping everything in check. But for like small time commentary shitters, like I feel like you're just like setting yourself up for some kind of allegation if you're keeping minors around in your fucking server.
3 hours later.
Marcus, what's up, man?
Hi, Aiden. Hi.
How's it going?
Hi, I'm here because of the whole Discord issue situation.
Yeah, I just covered that a little bit. I'm not like angry over it or anything.
No, I'm aware of that. I just want to kind of give it like my side here a little bit, because I'm a little annoyed by it, because I think QQ is kind of spreading a lot of information that's not true. Hater is not some like 16-year-old that goes around servers saying they're 16, like as if they want to get like fucking messaged by people.
All right, apologies. I'm back. We have 2 ongoing things I'm working out right now behind the scenes. One of these things might come into fruition here in just a moment. But very important call-ins. Damn, look how young I used to look, man. Young and happy. Young and happy. Wait, where were we with this? Hold on. Let me just recheck. Who listens to this, man? Where's the heckler? Oh my, this is, okay, yeah, this is obvious. Yes, okay, he obviously hired a heckler. Read the Dono scammer? Wait, what'd I miss? Where is it? Where is it? Sorry. Folks, we're nearly a quarter of the way to Streamly goal, thanks to contributors who I personally love and respect, like Starfish Duder with the 5. Aiden, the cannibal allegations come from the mentions of jerky in the files. Like, they talk about freezing and sending jerky off to labs. I'll have to look into that. Wearing the same Model UN fit. I was not productive enough in high school to do Model UN, little bro. Yeah, but he obviously hired, like, a heckler. I mean, what are we doing here? Anyways. Where is... Okay, so... This guy's Cringe. This video kind of breaks it down, but then apparently the 2 of them had a confrontation, and it is. Let's take a look at this.
I think the most people who know about your existence like are in support of you as opposed to not. Do you really?
Yeah,
think
I mean,
that?
I would say we have 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and like, you know, like I actually think the hate is a vocal minority, and I think it's because if you really think about it,
when everything you do has like an underlying ulterior motive of engagement farming, it does call into question like your credibility on everything, which is why people might feel hesitant even if to support you, even if they agree with the message. It's like why Tom McDonald, if you know who that is widely considered a joke even by a lot of conservatives, because
it literally is like it's just reversed.
Everything and anything is a stepping stone.
They just comb their hair in opposite direction
for his own success.
But it's like the if you're gonna interview the guy, maybe do your makeup differently or don't do makeup at all.
We've got something in common. I feel like
it just looks like Liam is like trying to skinwalk this guy.
What do we have in common?
We both wear eyeliner. We both look similar. We're both.
Dude, see, this dude's like creeped the fuck out right now. Cause can you imagine like it's like when Dr. Phil had that guy on and the dude showed up dressed as Dr. Phil. It's like, he's like, is this a gimmick for the interview? Why is this guy dressed exactly like you?
Both gay.
Yeah, we're both musicians. It's well, you know?
So just a couple hours ago, I talked with TX2, the longer-awaited conversation. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about the way it went, even though it still resulted in pretty huge, like, kind of disagreements and places of divergence with both of us. But as you could tell, it's pretty long as well, so there's chapters down below if you want to skip throughout to see a specific, like, topic or thing that we talked about. I'm going to be putting chapters there, but yeah, all right, enjoy. All right, so, okay, we're here with TX2.
Okay, I'll just say, yeah, Beckett, he's never done this to me before. At least directly, but I'll just say it. Beckett has turned down because I followed up, because Ali Khan was like, why don't you challenge, because Beckett had claimed that I had originated the, like, docs info pertaining to, like, the workplace and shit of Lyo's wife. He had made that claim on Twitter, which just wasn't true. I'd also made some other claims that just weren't true, like stating that, oh, the difference in Aiden and Gilded is that Gilded didn't do crazy shit for the girl he was embarrassingly sexing. I was like, neither did I. The crazy shit I did was crazy shit I did that had nothing to do with that. You've just, without basis, created a to try to make my endeavors with e-women look different from Gilded's. You've just invented some additional criterion that isn't substantiated by facts or evidence to create that difference and break the parallel, even though if we were to just judge it by the facts and not made up details, it would be, for the point of comparison, it would be totally fair. But I wanted to talk to Beckett about these. There's been some beef. It got heated. Some of that heat's died down a little bit, and I want to talk to him about some of his claims that he's made publicly about me. And he's turned it down.
We're here with TX2, big conversation happening. Obviously, I guess to say something at the start, I talked about you before on like my channel and stuff, voicing some things that I, really disagree with, and you reached out in the comment section, and then Instagram DMs to have a conversation. So I guess first, do you want to explain like your motive for reaching out in the first place before we start and stuff?
Totally. Yeah, I saw a video that was sent to me, and I just like felt like we had a lot of similarities. I just was like,
also apparently Morale is like leaking shit from the op block. So if you got, I guess we could watch a Morale stream, but if anyone has those leaks, send them in.
And it seemed like you were agreeing with a lot of my points. I was like, okay. And then there's like some things I was like, oh, it makes sense that you'd think that, but I would love to have a conversation about it. And especially since we agree on a lot of things. And I genuinely, like I was saying before this, like I believe in what I stand for, but it sounds like if we believe in the same thing, then there's like things I could learn from a conversation with you, and which I'd always be open to learn. Because like at the end of the day, the most important thing to me is like what I do and my message, and then so I'm just like trying to learn, if that makes sense.
Sounds good. I do agree with that. I think we, on like most things on paper, like I think we agree about a lot of things, and a lot of things like you stand for. It really is like all about going about.
Yeah, like we agree on it's the things they would agree on. It's just like it's literally just like the basic like baby's introduction to being political, like trying to appeal to a 15-year-old girl fan base shit. It's like the elites eat kids. Obviously, they're correct about by chance. I doubt they know the nuances or details. They're correct about Trump, but Trump isn't good. The elites are eating children. Just like very like surface level, like bare bones. Like today I woke up and I'm trying to be political, kind of LARP.
I think that's where like a huge divergence happens of like the way you go about something.
Totally.
So, I just have like rough like bullet points or outlines to talk about, but I assume like the conversation will go like its own way to start off with. But I like the idea of having a human, normal conversation, because a lot of people, I don't want like my videos to be like a space for people to go crazy, overly like demonize someone, because that's like one of the biggest things I hate about the internet is that like people can take things, like I'll say something and people take it like way too far to like an unhinged level, and I really don't want that. So I think there's like some value in having like a normal conversation.
We love our new and improved Liam. Doesn't want people to get hate.
About it, because even if I have like big disagreements, like you're still just like you're a guy, you're human,
Why this dude called me a poser because I like popular songs from artists? This guy literally has like an Abbey Road. It's Abbey Road, right? He literally has that album cover in the back. There's no way he unironically likes the Beatles. There's no way this guy unironically likes the Beatles.
You know what I mean? So
totally.
It's better for like rational disagreements. But all right, I guess I'd like to start it off to get it somewhere. So to get like a gauge on things, I want to ask you, if someone asked you, what is the reason why TX2 gets like so much hate? Like why do so many people? It's like
you see the shit like in your in elementary school in the music teacher's room. Just like that's how I remember. I know this thing. That's how I saw the Dark Side of the Moon, because there was a poster of it. The Pink Floyd in my music teacher's room when I was like in elementary school. They have just like insert random popular album. Does Liam make music? Well, he says he does apparently make music. He just doesn't publish any of it, and he wants to have a music career. And he thinks that this content is going to somehow translate to that. I don't think it will. His music has to be. Will it help get him exposure? Yes, but for it to be sustained in any meaningful capacity, the music would have to be good enough to do well on its own, irrespective of Liam's position as like a music reviewer, YouTuber, or whatever the fuck.
TX2. What would be the reasons you would say why?
I feel like there's so many reasons, so it's really hard, and then there's like different types of people who hate different types of things. So for starters, there's obviously like the content and the way things are promoted. Some people think that it's cringe. Some people think that things are performative as well. That's another argument. And then there's also like, there's so many different things. Then there's that, and then there's like people who are like, this isn't you. But there are some people who are really upset about the message. Like I have a lot of, specifically on Facebook, that's like where a different level of hate exists from like older conservative men, which is like another facet of the hate.
It's green. It's from, the only people I know who use Facebook are old people in green for some reason. Green is like the only person in their early 20s that I know of that actually like unironically uses Facebook. I don't know what the deal with this guy is.
And then there's another facet, I don't know if facet's the right word, but there's another like type of hate that comes from people who are like within the alternative scene, who are like, in my opinion, they've seen something in the comment section and they kind of run with it without like doing some critical thinking. For example, people who bring up the fetishization of goth people, or people who like say stealing songs. And then another facet of this is, I don't know if that's the right word, but another type of hate is like, I think there's a lot of like people who, yeah, I guess those are like the big ones. I am trying to think of anything else. Because then there's like all sorts of people who think that I'm like make bad music and that's so fair, and like burgercore, all of the other things that you could like go down that route. You know what I'm saying?
Like burgercore? That's what I was like. It's like the McDonald's of music. Burgercore. That's good. That's good. Who coined that one?
No, I get it from all angles. I actually get the Facebook conservative crowd, alternative scene.
Right. There's like a bunch of different types and ways to hate TX2 and things to hate. You know?
Yeah, and so I guess I want to say, what part of out of everything you named or could think of, like which ones do you think are like fair to say about you versus ones that are like completely just like not true?
Bad music, anyone could say, like some people don't like music, and that's so fair. I don't care if you don't like the music. I think like that one is so fair to think it's bad.
Yeah, if you don't like this guy, you must just not like music, period. It's not like you just have like tastes that are like congruent with like what sane people like. And no sane person would unironically like this guy's fucking garbage. You know, what's his most popular song, okay? Watch somebody cope and be like, you can't judge somebody by their most popular song. It's TX2, buddy. We're not doing like a... Hold on, alright. Vampire by Rumor. Like the alternative, like you hear Blink-182, best example, man. Touching things and eating their insides, dude. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? What is this? Why? Like, dude, these people don't actually talk like this conversationally.
Even to call it whatever type of music. When you talk about music in a subjective way, anyone could have any opinion about that, and I don't really care. I think it's fair, and it's stupid to argue like my music is the best. And then, anyways, so then there's that. So things that I think other than that, I would like the reason I wanted to talk to you is because I want to hear like in a conversation way, because I feel like with a video it's like someone could say something but you can't like actually have a conversation about it. So like the other things I think are like debatable, and there's like a conversation to be had. And I think I'm not perfect. I think there's things that I've done like when it comes to like marketing and videos. Like I've done things in a way that I'm like, oh,
why are you leaving? Right? What did I do? What did I do?
Learn something in hindsight, but it's because I create daily content.
People just get. This is the thing. I'm assuming you're a woman. Women just get mad at me, man. I don't know what I did. I never know what I did. So that was very sexist. I shouldn't have said that. Dude, when I was at this like club with Soul Skibbity, Cold House, the one like passably average looking woman in Northern England was like, she was mad at me for she just was like snarking my accent and shit, and like it was like, what did I even say? What did I do? Why are you being such a dick?
Content that's like when you're forced to make videos every day, then it's like
stop singing Blink. I'm not a Blink-182 fan. I've just heard some of it, and it's like that awkwardness, you know?
That are like, oh, fuck, that's not worded the way I wanted to word it.
Okay,
awkward accent, awkward Californian accent.
Sit in that. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, that goes to like the next kind of rough question that I want to know about is like you talk about like daily content, having to like get out a bunch of stuff. So before getting into specifics, just to get your overall thoughts on this, I want to know what is like the mindset about the way you go about promoting your music. Like, how do you view it? What's like your like strategy? Because I've heard you explain before when like people talk about.
She wanted the D, not the D, not the D. She wanted the J slammer. Okay, let's be accurate to the lore here.
That you do post purposeful rage bait for attention, because I think the quote is like you said, no one would care about another emo artist coming up on the scene unless you did that, unless you posted rage bait to get people mad.
Do you want to know why I am so cringe, or why people call me cringe? It's because I had to be. None of you would have listened or cared about another emo rock artist unless they were cringe, which means I had to kill my ego and stop trying to be cool and make videos that I knew would piss off all the goth gatekeepers and make videos go viral.
So I want to know.
So he admits it's a LARP, but it's like a LARP. It's like an ultra self-aware LARP to get his messaging out to the world.
How would you explain your mindset with the way that you like promote your stuff?
See, that's a good example of something that I said. Like, I don't remember how long ago in the interview that I said that, but it's like now I kind of disagree with that. I feel like I'm always constantly changing and like trying to evolve. So that is something I personally just, and you'll find a lot of the things that I've said, it depending on how long ago I said it, especially when you go like 2 years plus, or even a year, it's like, ah, fuck, I'm always learning and like disagreeing. So I purposely there's like an era where I was like saying this is the hardest.
These two are very similar. It's just two people that really, they're just very, in terms of their desires and complexity, pretty average, but they want to be seen as something more deep and complex than what's actually there.
Rock song of all time, knowing that it wasn't the hardest rock song of all time. And I'm like, if you're upset about me saying this is the hardest rock song of all time, that's kind of stupid. And I think you like made a video where you mentioned like the
pentagram and just to add to the LARP
thing. And that's specifically what I was referring to in rage bait. And then the other thing is like
Satanists are so fucking cringe. It is unreal, dude. It's actually unreal. I used to be one of those like edgelord kids. I would draw like pentagrams on my hand and shit. It is literally, it's just like basically calling yourself a Satanist is just like another way of like admitting you're like a sex offender.
What is cringe? To me, to be cringe is to be free. Like as long as you're specifically talking about being cringe, just specifically being cringe, like not harming anyone. And there's a lot.
Did atheists and Satanists, the most insufferable part about the atheists is, oh, are you gonna go ask your sky daddy about it? It's like, come on, man. Come on. A lot
of other arguments of like things that are cringe, but also I'm just specifically talking about people make fun of you because you're weird and cringe. Like, I don't really care if people make fun of me for that. And that is rage bait in some way. Like, for example, I'm very queer, bisexual leaning, and I like sometimes
queer and bisexual lean. What is bisexual leaning? Bisexual means nothing. Okay, it means nothing anymore. It's very ironic I'm saying this, but it means nothing. It means nothing. I was reading some studies that actually indicate that to some degree, whether they admit it or not, everybody's just a tiny bit bisexual. Okay, just like the tiniest bit for some. Okay, it's not this as unique and epic as people like to pretend it is, and also it is just adopted by the most performative worst types of people that like kiss a guy or kiss a girl and go tee or some shit with like actually no sexual interest there. They just get to wear the label and dead.
Love how I look when I dress femininely, and it like makes me feel confident in myself. And I realize that the more confident I am in my outfit, the more upset some people can be by that. And so sometimes like I'm like, ooh, if I wear this outfit, I know that'll upset people. So if that counts as rage bait, but it's like me being myself. But I'm like,
play the song I'm an emo kid. Is it by TX2?
Anyways, this type of rage bait, I justify, but I think now my goal isn't rage bait. My goal is to like make have my message be heard and create art that supports.
Thank you, Diaper Gaming. I really needed to read that today.
That and then equally create content that allows me to keep doing this for a living. Does that make sense?
Okay, I am a little confused. So you're saying like before you did do rage bait, but nowadays you kind of don't do rage bait. And I guess I'm kind of confused because the way that I view, most recently was like viewing your stuff. It seems like nothing has changed and it's still like obviously rage bait. And we could get to specifics, but just to get like your answer that you don't do rage bait anymore.
I mean, it could be like if it makes you mad, but it
wasn't. No.
Like,
oh, sorry. I'm talking about your motive, like your motive or your personal intention. Is that
my motive is like now if it pisses people off. Okay, like that's good in its own way, but it's not like I'm trying to piss people off. And I think now what I'm doing because of everything I've done in the past is also pissing people.
Aiden, you can come out now. Come out of what?
pull off. But it's like I just can't worry about that, and it's not like I'm trying to, if that makes sense. It's not like I'm over here like thinking like I really want to just make people mad. Because then at the end of the day, all I'm...
F305 song. You know what? That's actually a good idea. We need a little bit of nostalgia today. Oh wait, nobody's watching. Okay. Some nostalgia back to the times where I got views. Dude. This used to be, no, we need the music video, bro. We need the music video. Did he take down the music video? Did he remove the music video? No! No! Fuck! Fuck, he took it down, man. Remember this shit? No, not this shit. This shit, man. Where is it? Where is it?
Back to me, oh, run right back to me.
One day we're gonna be nostalgic for this.
Run right back to me, run right back to me.
God, dude, we were on top during this era. On top.
Doing making people mad. That's not like an artist's career. That's not what I want to be.
I'm like Napoleon recounting his victories to anyone on St. Helena who would listen. They don't know what we had. They don't know. They'll never know.
You know, just the guy who makes people mad. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, because, and to talk about what I talked about earlier is when I asked you, like, to get a gauge on why people don't like you. The reason why I would, like, if someone would ask me, like, why is, like, TX2 so, like, hated or disliked by people? Like, the first thing I would think of and say is that, well, they do it on purpose. Like, that's like the stated goal, is to literally do things to purposely get people to dislike them, because it gets their name out there, they get attention. So that's, like, the reason. So it kind of doesn't make, so that's why I would
Why are they twinning? Because Liam is skinwalking this guy to the ultimate degree. He's, like, literally taking his whole appearance.
Confused about, like, when you would, talk. I've seen clips of you at, like, live shows talking about, like, haters or, like, lash out at haters and stuff.
What? Wait, what is this? Fuck it. I'm making a lolly defense video today. Already been canceled. Had hundreds of thousands of death threats and false accusations. I have nothing to lose and will not stop speaking up for freedom of expression within artwork. Wow, man. So surprising. The only person that would be shocked by this announcement is Hick Fury, who, until that boring bitch Hellbent interrupted the content, Hick Fury is, like, the last person on Earth that still believes the plausible deniability that Spinal BJ is not a pedophile. Spinal BJ was actually watching these, like, random, like, 50 views per video channels of 15-year-old girls. He was watching this in full just because he was genuinely interested in hearing about their school day. He's genuinely interested in hearing about the content. Yo, thank you so much. How about Nope with the 4 character exaggerated stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. Thank you so much. What is the defense of Lolly? What could you possibly say on it? What is like people like that? I hate people that cry about getting stung while constantly shaking the hornet's nest. It's like, you can't, like, be like some, like, I'm just like some victim. All these people are coming at me and I don't fucking know why. And then simultaneously be like super like, what's the word? You know what you're doing. Trying to be like attention grabbing in a negative way, rage bait, or it's not right because he believes in all of this, but like you purposefully like stand on and publicly re-express your most controversial positions over and over again, because part of you wants these people attacking you so you can then keep claiming to be the victim. Provocative, yeah. Thank you. How about Nope? Much appreciated. That puts us actually a quarter of the way to Streamly goals. So if you want to help us out, great way is by tipping. Tipping through Streamlabs Super Chat. Another great way to help us out is by liking. Another great way to help us out is by joining the Discord. Another great way to help us out is by following me on X. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on here. We're looking forward to this video, man. Has he put it out yet? What time was this? At 2:08. Ah! Wait, dude. Okay, sorry. I'm actually just not gonna. I have to stop looking at X. I have to pre-check X before. Oh my! He's already doing the victim shit. Preparing for the death threats being hurled my way as soon as I upload my video. Also, people are using my personal life to shift the topic away from what I'm actually saying. I would be thankful if you, so like keep feeding, everyone who has, this guy is like what not to do on the internet. I feel like he does it on purpose. He wants people hating on him. It's like a self-harm thing, but he like will let people know what's bothering him, try to like seriously address people trying to rage bait and fuck with him in the nerdiest way possible. He knows I'm right about what is the position, what position is there to have about, like, it just is. This is a thing. I mean, you could dispute the labeling up, like, I'm just curious what the actual defense or position is. Lolicons are pedophiles. Lolicons are pedophiles. The fantasy is pedophilic. That is what they derive sexual arousal from. They are pedophiles. Are they actually going out and touching real kids? No. Is that a difference and a distinction worth making? Yeah, no shit. Obviously, there's a difference in touching kids and not touching kids. No shit, right? But in regards to this broader discourse, I guess, the only positions I can think that would be like, I just, what is he going to advocate for? Like, the argument's just gonna be, lolicons are not real kids. It's like, yeah, nobody, no, is anyone claiming that? Is anyone claiming that? It's like, no, they're not. They're depictions of underage kids, and if that's what you derive sexual arousal from, you're a pedophile.
Is that, like, you seem, I guess, confused or don't understand sometimes about how so many people dislike you, or that you have this negative perception around you, when I'm just not like, isn't that your goal? Like, wasn't that literally your goal in the first place, to get people, like, angry?
Kind of. I mean, like, I'm glad you see this as a human thing, and you mentioned that earlier, because I am human, and I'm, like, I'm constantly changing, and my goal is always have an open mind and be like, okay, something.
Dude, just like person desperately trying to sound like deep and nuanced and complex. I'm glad, like, you said it was a human thing, because, like, I am, like, a human being. That is a true point that you just made. And, like, I have to, like, you know, when I consider the multifaceted sort of structural, like, hierarchical, metaphysical reality that it comes with being human, you know, you have to break it down into the sort of categorical, hierarchical, structural
things I did might not have been as effective in the past, or like what I wanted to, it didn't come across the way I wanted it to. Like, the fact that you think that is, like, part of the problem, which I'm glad we're having this conversation, because that's not my goal. My goal, like, it's tough. Have you ever been on one of our, and it makes sense that you probably haven't. Have you ever been on one of our live streams?
I think I've seen, yeah, I think I was on it like a year ago when, I think it was, I viewed one of, I wanted to see what they were, and I viewed one of the VODs, and it was just like you, like, shouting out or talking to your fans, like a Q&A type thing.
Totally. Yeah, that's like a section of the live streams I always do. And every single day for the last 4 years, I've done a live stream every day. And in my live streams, I always try to talk about the message of TX2. And, like, this is, I'm just going to give this to you so you understand what my objective is. And then we could talk about, like, the things that I've done that might not have made that objective blurry. But my whole goal is, like, I just want a purpose and a reason to be here. And for me, it's this idea of a movement that I can build, and being an artist and building a platform with that, where I can, like, build out this movement. And the movement is called the X movement. In order to be part of it, we have 3 rules. The first rule is you promise to stay alive. My thought is, if I'm creating an alternative scene, and I talk about this every day in a live stream, and the problem is, if I make content for this specifically, it won't get any views. It's not like a viral kind of concept, me talking about it. But my goal is, if I go viral, build an audience, then I can filter people back into this movement. Anyways, the 3 rules. The first is that you promise to stay alive. Because I'm like, if I can keep telling people everyday life is worth living, there's this whole narrative.
Wow, man. This just such a great guy. And what he said, he knows his market. This guy clearly knows his, he's a salesperson. He knows his market is, like, the 15-year-old, like, MCYT stan. Like, this shit, they will go crazy for it. Crazy. Have I joined the movement to promise to stay alive? No. No. You see what I watch? It's streaming. I would never promise to fucking stay alive in a world this shitty, man.
about like glorifying.
But good for you if you do. Good for you if you do.
And things like that. That's something I've struggled with in the past. But I've written songs about it because I'm talking about it. That's a whole nother hole we can go down. Before we go down that, if you want to be an X, you promise to stay alive. So that's what I do with my fans. I'm making every fan promise to stay alive. Rule 2 is to stay
that's
safe.
really gonna stop them.
If I hate that the emo scene's gotten a creepy reputation, and the only way we get rid of that balloon, is to talk about it. Which is that minors and adults should never have private relationships. And if I keep every day going live and telling all of my emo younger audience too, that if you're under 18, if an adult is ever privately messaging you trying to form a private relationship with you, that's strange, right? That's a rule. Let's talk about that so that we can spread awareness. And then rule 3 is they will not erase us, the slogan of this movement.
That could be helpful. That needs to be reinforced. Kids need to be aware. Kids online need to be aware that they're constantly at risk. And I'm pro any like person that makes content to a predominantly child audience. I'm pro in an appropriate manner, them keeping kids vigilant, like for this kind of stuff, reminding them to not, that could be a good thing. That could be a good thing. I don't know if Liam Donovan does that in his community. Apparently, there's disputes over whether or not they should be banning 12-year-olds from the subreddit. So
I just feel like there's a lot of bullies in the alternative scene, and I'm like, if we create a group of people that like stick up against bullies, then at least you have like a community and movement. Anyways, my whole goal is to build out that movement, and like that's what I want to do. And then like my goal is to like get as big as I can so that I can.
What's that? What's a father, Dad?
Spread awareness of this movement, use my platform, and like I grew up with like Black Flag, The Clash, all these like punk rock bands. Where I was like, how do I do that for this generation? I try to use my voice, my platform, and like it's like that's my goal. But how do I get there is the hard part.
Is that the ISIS flag on a ceiling?
And then, sorry, this is like, tell me if I'm talking too much or like a wormhole.
No, you're good. You're good.
But then the hard part about that is like coming from a family where I was basically disowned for like talking about like my beliefs and specifically sexuality and things like that. It's like I've had no backing, so I had to like figure out, and I've been playing in bands for like and then you mentioned like, oh, you realized
I can't tell if this guy's like actually gay or performative.
That moment I talked about in an interview, it doesn't matter how talented you are. And I think that's the truth, because I feel like there's too many talented musicians out there. And then with social media, everyone's posting. It's like, how do you be the best social media performer or whatever? So I'm like constantly posting things while thinking from a social media mindset, how will this work and perform? And then equally, is this what I stand for, what I believe in, or do I even find it funny? Because sometimes I like to make comedic skits. So like, and then just, is it what I, it's like all of these things, how do I promote my message and movement? And then use my platform to get there and just,
okay.
Why is this guy like an emo? He seems like he's loving life, so joyful and whimsical. He's locked in, he's on the grind, what is like, it is contradicted, like the aesthetic that he chooses to adopt compared to his personality.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, roughly. I do want to get into specifics to talk about it. So, the latest thing, for which is the reason why
you're gonna shoot your shot. He's not my type, so he's good.
I even want to talk about this again, in like, it's over like a year or whatever, is that, talking about the song you made on like the Epstein files. So it's like, this is the super confusing thing for me when you talk about not making, rage bait anymore, not doing things to get people mad or angry. So
Aiden, if you support kids, why do you support the Iranian? If you support kids, Dad. I don't support the Iranian war.
Like, I'm super confused about this because, of course you put out the song about the Epstein files. Most of your music that you release comes out with like a marketing campaign that includes like dozens of shorts or whatever to promote it and whatever. And I guess the issue that me and a lot of other people have like had with this is that on one hand, you're promoting this as like a serious protest song for like people to play while protesting, but simultaneously making, at least in my opinion.
What's my opinions on kids? I think that kids are really annoying and gross, but I think that there is hold on. I think that they're also very important. They're the next generation, and it is good to it is good to make sure that kids are being exposed to the right information, not being mistreated, etc. But other than that, I just don't really, not quite fond of kids.
And purposeful rage bait opinions about it that will just get mostly people just to cringe and laugh at it as opposed to taking it seriously.
Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to the kid community that watches.
Bill Clinton, we see your names on the list. It's all of your friends that are hiding the redacted list. We're fucking coming for you.
The redacted
list. So there seems to be like a conflict.
Dude, it's so emo and punk to like give in to like the like corporate tech company like total social censorship of like any mention by name of a dark subject matter. It's just like so emo and punk to just like play by those rules and not like say things that are dark or edgy or offensive to comply with the corporation guidelines. I think that's really emo and punk.
Something here, and the only thing that it mainly comes across to me is that you're just doing it you're using it as a stepping stone just for.
Would I ever allow my firstborn son to no.
Your own views, success, and streams on your own music. And that's what makes it's like the ulterior motive that makes it come across as so inauthentic. And it's like what people, it's, BB No Money. It's why people say what they say about BB No Money, because everything he tweets out, it always feels like there's this underlying motive of engagement farming, which is why he's even saying the things he's saying in the first place. So even when he says something like correct that, you would agree with on paper, people are hesitant to fully support him because they're just thinking it's just another like marketing tactic. It's another engagement farming tactic. So totally. Yeah. So talk to me about this Epstein files thing.
Yeah, sure. So when the video, I remember you pulled up and then you were talking about how it was created, right? And are you a fan of Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, dude? What? This is really bleak, man. Bleak stuff. Not bleak for Ali Khan, though.
I watch a lot of like Rage Against the Machine videos. I think Tom Morello actually uploaded a video today where he basically did something very similar. He's like on a stage, he's like he's talking about fascism, and then I'm like, okay, so I wanted to do.
I've never been like, I'm not like a huge Rage Against the Machine fan. I'm not even like a. I don't really listen, like, I listen to a few of their songs. I'm not, like, super, but, like, the band, I haven't really looked into it, but when I found out, like, that Bomb Track, when I found out they dedicated a Bomb Track to Shining Path in Peru, I was like, oh, so they just, like, LARPers, they just, like, support anything because it's left-wing without, like, doing, or, like, it's left-wing and coming from the third world, so they look cool and shit, supporting it. Then just not do their research. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with what's his name? Yeah, you have Tom Morello, you have Zach, something Greek.
Something like that. I wanted to like add a show, start talking out, and then specifically naming people. Okay, so the problem with the Epstein list too is that the perpetrators' names obviously have been redacted. You know this, and it frustrates me that we are not protecting victim names, and there's been some that have been released which should never happen, but there's perpetrator names that are still being protected, which leads me to believe, and based on
there are perpetrator names that are, what is he talking about?
All of the evidence I've seen that people like Elon Musk, we know he was trying to go to the island. So are you cool with getting into this, by the way, before I dive in?
This guy's not gonna know what he's talking about. Like, the problem is when you get into the nuance of this, you're gonna sound like you're defending elite pedophiles. The truth of the matter is, everybody who does the performative, they're not arresting the people in the files or whatever. It's just like a fucking illiterate moron that does not understand how the law works, how building and making a case works. They compare it to what happened with Prince Andrew in the UK. It's like the UK can actually do something, but it's like, no, actually. The UK has a different process for arresting and charging and trying people than we do. And they'll arrest you first, then the investigation comes.
Into it.
Well, the thing is like, I think we agree on the Epstein files. I think you're against the Epstein files, and I think you actually believe in that. But it's just about the way you go about it that makes it seem like a mockery, like it's like a complete joke, only to be used as a stepping stone to get more streams for your music. Grandma says, "Release the files." Angie emoji. And it's just a song. That's the whole video. Get this song. Link in my bio. This is just a joke. Like, this is just bullshit to him. This is just clocking in his shift Monday in his cubicle. Oh, what's the video we can make today to hopefully get some more attention for my music? Oh, the Epstein files is pretty trendy right now. Let's take advantage of these stories. Let's take advantage of these real stories from these women and use it as a strategy to get more streams on my music.
Yeah. So
how come everyone that made fun of you being gay while you were underage ended up becoming so much worse than anything you've ever done? It's literally the Aiden curse. It's just the Aiden curse. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm plagued to walk the earth, trying to be liked. I never am liked. But the curse is whoever dislikes me ends up turning into this.
I totally understand. The hardest part about this is you're saying this, which is why I wanted to have the conversation with you. And I mean, I guess, how would you, in my shoes...
At Feral Love for TX2... Okay.
Change this so I can learn as well to be actually spread, because like the video you mentioned got 11 million views, and I'm glad it got 11 million views, and I worded it the way I did because now 11 million people are thinking about the fact that it's been months since the DOJ promised the release of the Epstein files.
All I could see is that number, 11 million, man.
Files, and we're still having a redacted list with all these perpetrator names. I'm like, 11 million people saw that, and I think it's because of the way it was wording. And then the specific wording that I did, and when you pointed out that video, was like, I will name Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Bill Gates.
I dislike you intensely, and I'm letting off the... Do not let off the lunk alarm, okay? Because then I won't be able to go to Free Pizza Fridays. Come on, man. Not the lunk alarm.
Bill Clinton. We see all of your names on the list, right? I just listed people's names. We see your names on the list. We're coming for you. And then what you might be saying is like,
what is the list? Like, did this guy read any of like the files? The guy like, I swear, like people literally entered this under the belief that if your name was mentioned there in any context, it means you went and fucked kids on this island. It's not like there was going to be some clear, like, list of these people are guilty and then everyone gets arrested and everyone cheers and claps. Like, it's a bit more nuanced than that. And, like, the truth of the matter is, a lot of these emails are just emails unrelated to Epstein's criminal activity, etc. Names mentioned in the files that have nothing to do with anything criminal that went on. So it's not like, it's like people like literally thought there was just gonna be like a piece of paper. It's a guilty people, and it's just gonna list the names.
Well, why promote your song? I guess it's because like,
well, it's like a meme for engagement. It's like, it comes across as like a meme, and that's why like you know, as somebody sends and like people are just like cringing at it. So if that's actually not your intention, like, which I do find a little hard to believe, because like, you know, there's other shorts that, you know, I could bring up if you want to take a look at them, where it's like, you know, 5 ways to stand up to pedos, and it's like, #1, stream our song, #1, pre-save my song, and it's like, okay, this seems a little disingenuous. Like, really?
Ways to stand up to pedophiles.
#1, use your voice. Say something like this. Like, it really is just parody levels at this point. #2, repost this and amplify the message. #5, blast this at protests. The Resistance by TX2.
Brave, stunning and brave. Yeah, me and my trans wife's husband, we really like TX2.
What was #1 on that list of the 5?
#1, like, I think it was use your voice like this. I think that was the specific thing, and then you started singing your song.
Right, and talking about it, right? You basically a video that made people start a conversation, talk about it, right?
By the way, if you guys want to support the stream, as always, we are like a quarter of the way to Streamly goal. You can help us out by tipping through Streamlabs Super Chat. Another great help out the stream is by liking. Another great help out the stream is by subscribing. Another great help out the stream is by following me on X, joining the Discord server, clipping like hell, and all that good shit.
And what was #2?
I could go back to the specifics.
Yeah, you should, because you're saying pre-save the song and like things that are like directly about the song, but I think it was #5 was the only one that was like using the song in protest.
I mean, but it's a promotional video. Like, I hope you're being honest here, because it's like, I mean, come on, you know, you literally made that because of the promotion aspect. Like, that's what I would love for you to do. And that's what I talked about in the video, is that I wish everything didn't have an underlying motive of engagement farming, because then it would come across as so much more authentic. And that's why people are hesitant to support the things that you're doing, even when you say something that on paper that people agree with. Like, of course, no one's for the Epstein files, no like normal rational person, especially someone on the left. But they're hesitant to support the things you're doing because it just comes across as you're using it as a vessel to get more attention.
Totally. So the problem I have is like, how do I do this better then? Because I'm like, I love Rage Against the Machine. I love The Clash. I love Green Day. I love that they use their platform. And I've been trying in my own way to like, you know, learn from them and do similar things. It's like, what should I do better? Or like, besides, so like, is the question just removing the song? Like, well, then if you remove the song, then how do you become a band talking about this? Do you know what I'm saying? So like, how do you do it better?
Why do you need to be the one talking about this? You're not providing anything useful to this dialogue. It's literally like, you're not adding anything to the conversation about Epstein. The conversation about Epstein is adding something to you. That's what the promotional material, like, it's just for your own benefit. This doesn't benefit the discourse surrounding Epstein in any meaningful capacity.
So it's a combination of things, and I think one thing is also like the extreme, and then next you see like a porn ad where you're making like some like BBC joke. Like, did you see that part of the video?
What else can you do with that big—
What? Huh? Okay?
Is that like, you know, one of the videos you did is like, it's just like memes, like it's just like memes, like grandma says release the files, and you get like your grandma or like some old person for the video, and like some angry emoji.
Oh yeah, Ali Khan, it's a good thing you're here. So I reached out to Beckett as a follow, because you were right. I asked him on Twitter. I challenged him to that conversation on Twitter. He didn't get back to me. So you know what? I tried again. I don't normally like doing this, but I reached out again. I don't like being the one that reaches out typically. But I asked for him to call in and have a chat. You know, Beckett made claims about me that were just not true. Had some insane takes about doxing. So I decided to, you know, ask again. And I had said to him, down to call in to stream for a chat. He said, no, man, that door is pretty closed for you, I'm afraid. And then I question marked it. And then he said to me, we spent months talking. You never listened to me. and I always thought you knew better when you were falling off the cliff I warned you about. I don't mind disagreements, but conversations with you about content stuff just feels like a waste of time because it never seems to be about anything. I don't know what that means. He's acting like we had... Let's just be honest about something. Let's just be completely transparent. I fucking had a... Like, I went insane. I went completely insane for 2 weeks. Probably longer than that. Right? But there were no prior conversations about this because this literally did. If you think about it, this was kind of out of nowhere. It's not like I was showing some like ever increasing behavior that was indicating that I was going to fuck up in the way that I did fuck up or whatever. It was pretty sudden. It was a pretty sudden. So there were no like prior where it's like warning me about anything. What would there be to warn me about? What was he warning me about? You know what it is? He is actually, you know what I think it is? Oh my God. Yes. Yes. I think he legitimately believes that all the Lio shit that happened, it was because of, he like the shit he was saying about Goat Cato. He believes that that was all like about Goat Cato. He legitimately believes that narrative. And instead, and he believes that the warning was essentially because he had said to me, for full transparency, in private at one point, he had said to me that Goat Cato was like insane. So maybe that's what he's talking about, but I don't know why that's relevant. Like, it's like, wow, you warned me about e-pussy and then it didn't work. The pursuit got leaked and didn't work out. I don't understand why that would affect our ability to have a conversation about a completely unrelated subject, which should be my own, misdeeds and your false portrayal of them. Thank you for the $2. Patrick, as a ginger myself, Beckett does not represent us. Remember when I sent you that clip of him saying he might be... When did you send me that clip? What? Resend me that. Resend me that. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it's, like, if you're making claims about somebody publicly, I feel like that's the most, like, expected time to be willing to call in and have a convo about it. With the person you're making the claims about. I don't know. But I always, like, said, in my defense of Beckett, the guy calls in. The guy shows up. Not everyone does that. So at least he's willing to put his money where his mouth is, even if he's totally humiliating himself in the process. But it's like, that's not even true anymore.
And it's just like this meme joke. And then also, you know, these other videos that are supposedly supposed to be serious, even if they are promotional videos, saying like, we see your name on the lists and, you know, pre-save my song. And even if those are real, you know, and there's real intentions behind that to stand up for something good, you like do one scroll on your account, and then next you see like a porn ad where you're making like some like BBC.
There is... Never mind.
Joke. Like, did you see that part of the video?
What else can you do with that big black thing down there?
Yeah.
Like, what's... Yeah, of course. Yeah, you could explain.
Totally. I feel like I just make content when I like what I want to.
Loam is worried that this guy's making suggestive jokes to his teenage audience, but having an actual 12-year-old on a subreddit where fetishistic art is drawn of the creator that the subreddit is centered around, well, Loam needs to think about it before he bans that kid from the Reddit.
When I want to, and I'm like, sometimes I like make like a comedy skit, sometimes I make like a, you know, sometimes it's promoting a song.
Very ironic, isn't it, Aiden? It is very ironic. It is very ironic. Stand back and stand by. The day of reckoning is coming. The Aiden curse has only just begun. It has only just begun. Okay? Stand back and stand by. Things are in the works. My reckoning is coming. And it will feel so sweet. I will revel in it as I bathe in the blood of my enemies, the metaphorical blood. Metaphorical blood.
Sometimes it's a political statement. Sometimes it's like, and every day, since I'm creating content every day, it's like every day is like shooting a different shot, doing something different. And then, okay, so that's an argument to why, specifically, why is the porn next to this? It's because it's like I'm creating content every day. So I'm like every day trying something different. And then whenever I look, I'm not like looking at, oh, how does this video go back to the video yesterday? It's like every day is a new day to like make new content. So it's like, so in answer to specifically why.
Okay, sure. But like if you could put yourself in like, someone else's shoes, like imagine, you're viewing yourself from a third person, you're viewing some social media accounts. Would you not find that a little bit like odd and weird and hesitant to support what they're saying? Because it comes across as they're just farming every day. And it's like an Epstein Files song and video where it's like says it's standing up for a good message, but it's also heavy on the promo. Pre-save my song, make sure to play my song at your protests. And then like, the unserious nature of just like a porn ad, like right above it. Like, would you not be hesitant if you're like, this feels a little bit weird? Like, what's going on?
I think the porn ad or like above it is.
But apparently Beckett won't talk to me because I just never listened to him, which is odd because there are. I mean, that would work to say that if there wasn't literally like probably over 24 hours worth of straight content of me listening to you.
Only if you're going through specifically my profile, and then if you're scrolling on your feed, like which is where most people are consuming these things, they're not really like looking with a magnifying glass at the videos next to each other. Like the only reason you saw it like that is because you went to my account and you're looking through the videos, and then you're looking at like videos a day apart, which most likely didn't even receive the same audience.
I'd love to listen some more. But
if someone does do that, what would you think? Because I mean, there are people.
The hardest part, I always have to constantly like ask myself. It's like if I try to please everyone, I won't be able to. So it's like as long as, and back to like talking about promoting your music, I'm like, yes, it does promote music, but at least I'm saying something. I'm like, is it better to just not say something? Like, and I'm not saying that you're saying, or do you think it is better?
Do you really truly listen? What does it mean to truly listen? People think that if you don't just like agree with them, you're not listening. You're just not you're not listening because you don't agree with everything they said as they put it.
Not say something?
Actually, yes, because, it's why I see and get comments of people that like say on my videos as well, that I'm sure you might have seen, of people saying like, we don't want you to be an ally or talk about this. And it's not because they're hateful. It's because that like what you're doing brings more harm than good, that it's just like making a, just a big joke, a mockery out of this. And, I think like that's pretty valid for people to believe. Like that's what, I actually do think it's better than saying nothing if you're going to do it in this way that just makes it a joke.
Could I offer a counter argument to this if you're open to it?
You're good. You're good.
The irony, this is, by the way, is Ali Khan still here? That clip you were referencing earlier, send it in the inbox and send the op block leaks from Morale in the inbox. Apparently there's like shipping leaked about this guy. I wouldn't know. My inbox would have you believe there's nothing. But someone sent this. This is from September, so I don't know why this was sent in the inbox now. I think people hate me because I'm in stories / breaking funny, unlike Aiden. The truth of the matter is, whatever controversy they tell you made it be like, oh, Aiden's bad. This is too far. They don't give a fuck about anything I've done wrong. They don't care. They just don't like me. They've never liked me, and that just gives them an excuse. Pretending as if I was just this well-liked figure up until December. It was constant snark. Never taken seriously, but they're going to. They're going to. Green apparently cooked more food. And there was a whole sub-argument because he said, this is the cooked version, apparently. No, this is the uncooked version. So Green, I want everyone to take a guess. Green is making dinner. What do you guys think this is? Get him in the fucking VC. Get him in the fucking VC. Where's Green? Where's Green? 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 Wait, what? Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, what the fuck is going on now with Dickers is exposing the op block? What leaks have come out about the op block? Oh, no, and also that's not meatloaf, that's Wagyu. He says he bought Wagyu to make a burger. He doesn't even know. Unironically, Green doesn't know what marbling is. Green literally doesn't know what marbling is, but he spent money on Wagyu or whatever the fuck. I think Green should be my co-host. We could change this guy's life. Dude, what is Aiden's inbox. I'm looking for the op block leaks from Morale. Why do we always have to? You don't. If you always had to provide me with the info, then I wouldn't be fucking streaming, would I? Because you do jack shit. Hold on. It's all on Dicker. Yeah, I'm just gonna live watch Dickers. It's a big fucking joke. Check Ollie's Twitter. Room temp shrimp. Dude, I love my keyboard. All right, there we go. On Dicker's TV stream, Doomer Media has challenged the op block to apologize before he's making a video on Phalgy. Didn't Morale admit he was skinwalking me on the Phalgy? So I don't even know what's going on with this anymore.
And listen, op block, because I know you're fucking watching, because guess what? I have DMs of him talking to people about my streams. He is watching, and he's probably watching this. Listen, Phalgy, all that needs to happen for me to stop, I won't even drop my video. If you apologize before my video, just make a public statement, say you lied, say sorry.
Lied about what?
And I'll forget it all. I'll forget.
Morale calls out artsy 40-year-old eunuch and says he will leak messages. Okay.
Every day for a month, I will be leaking more private DMs with Phalgy from several people. Okay? Listen. This isn't just one person who is sending me stuff. This exact screenshot has been sent to me by 3 different people. 3 different people sent me this exact screenshot, obviously uncensored. But when I made my Twitter video, 3 different fucking people sent me this exact screenshot.
What's nuclear about this screenshot?
I have been sent so much more by several different people, okay? Because OpBlock is a weird, ladder-climby, clout-hungry fucking freak and pisses a lot of people off. So every day...
What is nuclear? What is the content?
For a month, until Phalgy responds to my Twitter video and apologizes...
Twitter video for what? What did he do? What did he do?
...for lying in his tweets. I will continue to leak his private messages, to leak...
You're gonna leak his privates? What did this guy do?
Everything. From several people. All right? That is what we're doing.
Maybe one day we'll figure out what the fuck is going on. Loving the clips? This is a rookie mistake. But it's okay, because we're all rookies in this game. If you put the at the beginning of the tweet, it gets suppressed. So, what you do is, you put something like streamer Aiden Underground, and then the at in brackets, or you put a period in front of the at, so that people actually see your tweet. Nonetheless, the fact that you, Navakva, were willing to take a moment you watched from my stream, attempt to caption it, clip it, attempt to caption it, put it up on your Twitter, you are doing more than 99% of your peers. My top guys. Truly. Yeah, .at, for example, yeah. Another great way to help out the streams is by tipping. Streamlabs Super Chat. Okay, so people are so bored now, we're just like inventing dramas. We don't even know what the op block did. It's bad, man. Nothing is happening. It's so bleak. I mean, what we could look at Green's grilled cheese. Wow, man. Wow. Lovely stuff. You don't know? I don't know what. Where are the grill marks? He didn't cook it, man. He didn't cook it. His sous vide needed some time to what in God's whole, what the fuck is this? What is this? Is that a tortilla on top? Okay, we've got... Okay, so there's a tortilla, and then rice, and then is that sour cream, and then a Dorito, and then is it a mug burrito? I mean, really scraping the bottom of the barrel today. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Unironically, yeah. That is exactly what I'm doing. This is a level of culinary skill I expect out of you. Yeah, I could do a lot better than this. A lot better than this. Just looks like you threw a bunch of fucking shit into a mug and called it a day. This is apparently French toast from Green, or at least he's in the process of... He literally apparently just threw it right onto the fucking skillet after this or something. I mean, that's part of the process. You do soak in an egg, but like... You do like... And why are you soaking an egg on a paper plate? Like, get some egg, a little bit of milk, cinnamon, nutmeg, mix it all together. Then or some brown sugar, then dip it in the mixture, put it onto the whatever you're cooking it on top of. Yeah, vanilla extract you could do as well. Then throw it on. Then you add your maple syrup. Sad how he has to debase himself to doing these science experiments for engagement. Green? Yeah. We've seen those scalps you cooked. They ain't those scalps? Yeah, dude. I'm taking scalps and cooking them. Yeah, I'm a cannibal. That's the issue. There was a Firebat interview last night. Big day for Paracels, aka pedophiles. What else do we got? Eating a habanero.
Great so
stuff.
Welcome YouTube. Today I'm gonna be eating a ghost pepper. I know it's been a while since I've done a spicy food challenge, so I figured I would bring it back with a ghost pepper.
Can I watch Morale didn't talk about Falgi as well. It's not in the inbox. If Morale talked about Falgi, the guy that I was just shit talking a few streams ago, in like some big VOD where anything got revealed, it would have been in my inbox. It's not in my inbox, so clearly either Morale didn't stream about Falgi or nothing was revealed, if he did. Thank you! my God. This is all I ask from a chatter. All I ask. Thank you so much, M. Daly. Thank you for not including a snarky. Oh, so I need to do the work for you now? Is that what this says? It's like, yeah, no, that is what this says. That is, I'm getting paid under minimum wage in Arkansas. So yes, for the streams to continue, you do the work. No, I'm kidding. No, just telling me this, what, answering the question. I love it. I love when questions get answered. Falgi's mad at Morale for leaking shit from his server. Wow. Is that like insulation? Where is this from? Why was this even linked? Okay. This video does not. This looks way older than 5 years ago.
That was freaking hot. There's tears rolling down my eyes.
No, you don't. No, don't provide me that. Just tell me. Listen. So for me to go and research something and want to or find stuff on it, I need to at least know what the thing is, like what's the story here, and then I can go and make a docket on it. So with this chatter, M. Daly just did, they told me what the story here is. Morale's mad, or Falgi's mad at Morale over some service. So now I know, okay, I can differentiate this from something I want to put my efforts into looking into versus something that I don't care about, and neither should you. And that falls into the latter category. Because why the fuck do I care about Falgi's server getting fucking leaked?
That's freaking spicy. Holy crap.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Falgi's even telling people behind the scenes to stop talking to Morale and to unsub. Okay, Kalora Vetlev, you saw the stream. I'll link it to me. I'll look at the segment. He did. Trying to course correct for going so hard on him a few days ago. Why would I? Yeah, dude, I really need to, like, keep my good graces with Falgi. I need to stay in his good graces, man. Clearly. Do I like Falgi? No. Do I dislike him? I mean, in the same way I dislike almost everyone else, but it's not like a particular. Like, I can't particularly think of like anything. Brave, you use that crypto bullshit. That crypto bullshit, did that crypto shit. I just filmed the rawest, realest podcast.
FaceTime, yeah.
Yo, that crypto shit.
So now he's fucking famous somehow, and I'm famous.
Yo, you're in trouble.
Why?
That crypto shit.
That crypto shit.
Oh!
Hey, Steve, get his ass from right now.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
That crypto shit.
How we doing, though?
Real good.
You good?
I just did a podcast with Tana Mojo. It was so raw, so real.
So raw and so real. H3 saying, like, my dick doesn't work.
Hey, Mr. Gemini.
Jesus, bro, you scared the
I think you should box. Here's why. You have natural energy. They see it in the stream, right? You need that. Like, you have natural energy. You guys,
dude, Kim is like such like a Machiavellian maxing like sociopath. That's not to like it's not to like not in a good way. Kim's like not some genius or anything, but Kim is such a fucking sociopath, dude. It's crazy. Just like if you've spoken to the guy, if you've watched him work, like he is always figuring out how to play people, and it's just like how his mind works. He's always looking for ways to play people and come out on top.
Cold energy about you. Like, bro. Like some cold, like fucking no emotions, like killer energy about you. I'm 39, she's 20, so he came at me like calling me a creep or whatever. And he was like saying that I had like a little dick, my dick didn't work and shit, and he got in trouble with YouTube. Damn. So he was on the fence.
See, what do you think about that?
No, what's even worse is every twice, dude.
Yo, he legitimately went on his show. This motherfucker went on his show, he said it was on.
Dude, this is like this is like what your social anxiety, unironic, like this is what like you worry. This is the person you worry about being. But like the biggest, most easiest like social fuck up to avoid, when you walk into a room of unfamiliar people, don't immediately hog the conversation and make it about yourself. You don't know them. Many of them, they probably don't know you. So, you know, you say your piece, then let everyone else talk, figure out who they are, see if things get a bit more comfortable, then you can sort of chillax a little bit. But when you enter a room of unfamiliar people and like immediately like start making the conversation all about you, check inbox. This better be good. What is this?
Just like have burnt. I think that sucks. I think we are all better when we are making content together. And laughing at the same shit and able to go on each other's streams. And God knows I have some very confrontational calls with people. And I said recently in another stream that I am kind of done being middle ground fence-sittery nice guy with people who are just not going to appreciate that, especially over the Lyo Convoy stuff. I am very...
What?
With people who are just not going to appreciate that, especially...
I've already seen this before, but I don't remember what my...
And God knows I have...
He's not necessarily talking about me.
Some very confrontational calls with people. And I said recently in another stream that I am kind of done being middle ground fence-sittery nice guy with people who are just not going to appreciate that, especially over...
Okay, so is this just like a self-report? Is he admitting that he does the fence sitter show on purpose so he could like please others, and the reason he's ceasing that behavior is because they're you would assume not giving him something that he's looking for?
Over the Lyo Convoy stuff, I am very, very fucking sick of it. Not because, and to be clear, not because of any of the audience response to any of that. I think everyone's allowed to have their own opinions, and I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of don't really give much of a fuck what general chatters say, but I am obviously annoyed and have obviously been annoyed at other content creators and other people I've chatted to and worked with who've, I think, been annoying with me over it at times. So I'm kind of like fucking done with that shit.
He's not talking about me.
But,
he's not talking about, because he's never had a conversation with me, at least to my knowledge or memory, where he's taken issue with any of my he said to me over and over, like whenever I was talking about that, he says he likes me, etc. I don't think he's ever, the only like thing that I guess when he says he warned me and I wouldn't listen, all he said to me in private was, you know, don't stay away from Goat Kato or whatever, which is like, wow, dude, rocket scientist, tell me to stay away from the e-girl. But like other than that, he never levied like any substantial criticism with like the way I spoke about him or like the way I engaged.
Over the last, of 2025, it is undeniable that since the Destiny stuff leaning into the Ethan Klein stuff, and I'd remind you all again, when Ethan Klein started the lawsuits, I jumped off the fucking train and called it out and said I thought it was absolutely fucking ridiculous to support the Ethan Klein lawsuits. I've never been
on... nobody remembers that because you probably said it in the most like non-provocative way possible, and it was like nothing.
Like, there's never been a tribe team for commentary that I've kind of sat on for this shit. It's obviously caused massive fucking divides in the community.
If Beckett ever had any issues, he could have always called, like people know this. They know I'm a guy willing to hear people's issues with me, okay? Like you could have called me, you could have called into my stream, you could have, like, if this is truly about me, which I'm not necessarily seeing indication that it is, like, I would have expected some prior vocalization about, hey, Aiden, I don't like it when you do this. Hey, Aiden, I don't like it when you imply this. Hey, Aiden, I feel like you're being a bit this way. Hey, Aiden, I feel like I gotta expect at least some of that, right?
Now, some of us have maintained those relationships. Like, didn't Chud do some shitty things to Tommy C? I mean, again, Tommy certainly thinks so. And I'm pretty open on this. I talk to Tommy fairly fucking regularly, actually. I talk to Tommy probably once a week. We have a call, like, and just chat about shit that's going.
Guy that still talks to Tommy in 2026. If you actually think there is anything to be derived from a conversation with Tommy C that isn't milking him for content, you're lost. You're so clearly lost.
Going on. So this, and I don't know if general like community realizes how much content creators talk. Chris Noem hasn't done a stream in months, but I talk to Chris every single day.
Depends on the content creator. Like, there were periods where I'd be talking. I unironically just don't talk to content creators anymore. Even like behind the scenes, if I go through my like DMs, what are my most recent DMs? The ones I just read to Beckett where I'm reaching out on straight, and then it's all just shatters. I am really on my own island here.
Hey, I talk to Chris every day. I consider him an actual friend. So I don't know if people see that side of things because it's not like kind of presented.
What? What is he talking about? Why doesn't he just like get specific? Why does he just get specific?
I don't know what Chud is going to do. He's kind of in the worst. Like, I will say this. Nick may not feel sorry for him, but I do have some sympathy because this is the worst time for something like this to drop, especially with some additional fire being thrown at you because Chud's away. Chud has no ability to like directly control the narrative.
Okay. Wow, dude. Great stuff. Great, solid position. He feels bad for Chud, but he's... Beckett is... You know what, ma'am? I'm dead certain on this being about you. I just can't think of, like, anything contextually that would indicate this is about me. Wait, is he live right now? Oh, maybe that's why he didn't want to call, because he was... Oh.
All the pausing and hesitancy, I would recommend abandoning that very quickly, because believe it or not, the person
what is going on here
is in this call, and they're going to have a shorter fuse than me, and they're going to yell, and I don't want this to be to that point unless it's absolutely necessary. Now, if it's just about a man yelling at you, maybe, but I'm not here to do that.
Great, man. Great stuff. Truly great stuff. If we're lucky, never mind. Dude, Lyle might even alt and call this person school. Yeah, it sounds boring as shit. That's just what everything is now, right? It's all just fucking boring. It all sucks. What is this? From Kyle Kalinsky.
And they had some kind of an agreement, or there was some kind of an understanding. It was clearly not a secret to him.
My favorite thing is Christy Noem.
By the way, folks, if you want to help us out with the streams, great help us out by tipping through Streamlabs, Super Chat. Another great help out the streams is by liking. Another great help out the streams is by subbing. Another great help out the streams by joining the Discord. Another great help out the streams by following me on Twitter.
Noem goes, "Oh, we're all so shocked," and then she says, "Everybody needs to pray for us." Pray for you? How does that prayer go? Dear Lord, please help Christy Noem's husband to stop jacking off to big ass titties.
To his own.
Jacking off to titties? He's not jacking off. He's not jacking off to titties. He's putting them on, looking in the mirror, and then jacking off.
Balloon fake titties. Oh
Dear Lord, please, Christy Noem's family needs help. He can't stop putting in some big ass titties. Why would we pray for you?
She said the
Dear Lord, like what? The God's looking through the prayers he gets. Like, okay, kid with cancer, war, family got murdered, and it's like big ass titties.
Balloon titties.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna help this one.
Hot pants and balloon titties.
What are these, dude? These glasses are so ugly.
Oh my god, I hate them so much.
Oh my god,
they're all so evil.
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. So anyway, I'm sure they're having quite a day. But no, I guess her comment to the press was like, "Oh, the family was blindsided," which I wonder. Do you think that she really had no idea?
Dude, that's actually how they described it. Can you imagine waking up one morning and discovering that some like respected figure in your family is like putting on fake titties and like sending like and taking like photos of himself in private and putting them online with the fake titties on? They reached out to them for comment. All they literally said, "We were blindsided."
I mean, it's not exactly something like, if you're trying to hide something from somebody, it's not like everybody in the family knows, like the kids are like, there goes dad again. He's walking around the house with his big ass teeth. He's walking around the house with his...
It's like, does it get much worse than this, man?
His dad's going to grab a drink with some big ass teeth. They're like, Dad, put him away. I have a friend to use.
You never know. You never know what's going on in these households, Kyle.
So I think he has to try to hide it. You can't just walk around with.
I honestly can't believe it. With like Christy Noem's husband, there are photos of him with inflated tits just all over the timeline now.
You don't think Chris?
It went from like a cheating scandal, which is like in politics, not the end of the world, but you know, nothing's the end of the world in conservative politics because Christy Noem literally shot a fucking puppy. But you just, I never thought it would go here. This was the way it was gonna go.
You knew?
No, I think Christy knew, but I think like, you know, the rest of the family didn't, and he was trying to hide it more or less, you know? Like, she probably knew. I don't know if it was part of the deal when they got married or whatever, but she definitely figured out soon enough.
Part of the deal.
And the deal is like, you know, you get to fuck Corey Lewandowski, and I get to have some big ass titties and jack off,
and
big ass titties.
In spite of big ass titties and Corey Lewandowski affair.
What if she's a lesbian? What if that's like the angle here? She's a lesbian, Christy Noem, and she actually made her husband do this. Have we considered this? So, like, Kai. Yeah, dude. Yeah. What is this? Okay, thanks, man. This is truly just like really how I want to spend the rest of my adult life, just like covering videos like this, for minimum wage online, and just never doing anything. Dude, what is new morale leaks? Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Wait a second. There might actually be a story here. Hold on, hot off the press, people. Extra, read all about it. Falgi, the op block, firing a long-term co-host for working for Malcolm. Pathetic. Hey, has Malcolm come back to you about that job? It's supposed to be around July/August. He hasn't asked me about editing yet. I did do like 4 thumbnails for him. All right, full disclosure, if you start doing editing work for him, I'll probably ask you to step away from hosting. It's frankly a conflict of interesting. It's a conflict of interesting, and would rather you not lose an editing gig because of it. Would rather you not lose an editing gig. What? It's nothing against you, but the reality is that it puts you in an awkward position that I really don't want to put you in. So wait, so what is like so egregious about Malcolm that, you know, let's just try to call Malcolm. Because all I know about Malcolm's relation with these people is that Malcolm was also covering Lyle Convoy. And calling out Beckett for sweeping, right? What is, let's give Malcolm a call. All right, Malcolm didn't pick up. I don't, you thought the op block and Malcolm were the same person? Yeah, the ACC will do that to you. Falgi hates him. Why? I haven't seen any particular issue with, Malcolm's coverage or anything. I had some like semantical disagreements with Malcolm over the Lio shit, but Malcolm says they'll call him in like 15 minutes. I've returned to now, so I got back. I forgot Keem turned members only mode on for the whole LCU. Keem sucks. Aiden is, we might move to the LCU at this point. We're moving to the LCU. We're moving there. All right. The great AIDS migration. All right. We have 15. This would be a cool way to put a timer. I could put like timers on screen. Well, I gotta pee real quick. Give me 1 sec, guys. We're gonna talk to Malcolm when we get back. Be right back. Hold up.
Hater is just
QQ
like
didn't
a
tell me
regular.
that. I don't know where else QQ said. I'm not in the Gamma server. I'll just let me.
Well, this was in reference to like I think Perry said this in your stream, but all Hater does is they're literally just a random chatter who makes like art of people, and then when people ask what their age is, they say their age and they're honest. And I just think it's like really weird that like Perry can have like someone like Spinal BJ, you know, like guy who indulges in like cut sluts. He's like a lolicon enjoyer. That can be in like his server, but like, you know, God forbid I have like Hater in my server who doesn't do anything evil. They're not like a weird evil.
I hadn't considered that. You make a very good point. You make a very good. I'll have to talk to Perry about that one. The thing about somebody like Spinal BJ is I don't keep him around because he's a liability. But also, if we were to assume that Spinal BJ is like an actual threat, who would his target group be?
I don't know.
Well, the claims are that he's a pedophile, right? So if he was a pedophile that was acting on it, who would he target?
It probably like I don't know, like
kids, right?
Kids, yeah. He'd go after the kids, yeah.
Yeah. So as far as I know, Perry doesn't keep kids in his server, so there's no targets for him within the server. But still, keeping someone like that around is like still a total liability. You're not.
Well, that's what I mean. I just think it's a little like a little hypocritical, I guess, to get to like come on and say like I'm like I'm evil for having like Hater on, but like we're all okay with Spinal being on there. Well, I feel like it's kind of like if we're all collectively on an agreement that every server should be 18 plus, then we should probably keep people who are like weird freaks out of our servers as well.
Well, the argument would be that by the way, I agree with you that Spinal shouldn't be in Perry's server, but the argument would be that Perry having Spinal in his server doesn't really create any additional threats that wouldn't already be present, like because there are no kids that are in his server. So then if Spinal, let's say, was like some like offending pedophile, there would be nobody for him to target, so there's no additional risk created by his presence. In the case of having someone like Hater in your community who's 16, by having them on your Discord community, there is an additional risk, like another member of the server finding them and messaging them in private, them being exposed to inappropriate material, etc., etc.
I mean that is fair, yeah. I guess that's fair. It's just I don't know. I don't allow explicit content on my server. Like I think that's another problem that I have is I'm being told I allow cunny or like lolly shit in my server. I don't. The only thing that people use is this like GIF that's of like a character from an anime called Lucky Star, and
with the word cunny on it, right?
Yeah, with the word cunny on it. And I don't know if I'm just retarded. Maybe I'm stupid.
All right, sorry, I'm back. Okay, let's get back into this. Aiden is missing the Aiden mentions. Wait, where am I being mentioned? What's going on? Cal, did you leave a... Dude, it's an upper decker. It's called an upper decker. Agreed, Toki. I am sweeping for that. It was actually, the Mexican intelligence service. Why is there somebody trying to chat an IC called Captain Butt Stuff? Oh, they just joined the server, a few minutes ago. Well, welcome to the community, Captain Butt Stuff. Nice to see you, man. You were mentioned by Where was I mentioned by Falgi? Where? Where? So when you're communicating a message, in your set, you want to make sure the, like, recipient might not know, like, crucial details, like, or context that you know, so you might want to, if you're talking about a thing, for example, if the place that it occurred is relevant to the party it's being expressed to, that might be something you want to include in the message itself, so that a follow-up question wouldn't then be required if you were, like, an effective communicator. Just sift. Okay, so you mentioned my... Okay. You know what? Yeah, okay, fine. Fine, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do, because apparently answering stuff is hard. Okay. Okay. Just sift through the last morale VOD. Sift through it. Just sift through it, because I can't answer a question. I guess. The last morale VOD. It says 117 unavailable videos.
So if you guys don't know who Sonic...
I'm going to his VODs folder. I'm not seeing anything, and there's no live tab. So I don't even think I could see his VODs, can I? Where are his VODs? I told you that about an hour ago. You said that an hour ago that we know that Morale was talking about Falgi. Now you're saying my name got brought up, implying that a new event has occurred. So I'm asking you where. That's all I'm asking. Holy fuck. No, don't link it to me. Don't link it to me. Do not. I don't want anything to do with it now. I don't want anything to do with it now. Anyways. Is it a recent mention, or is it the one from the 27th where he says I'm not funny? Also, in other news, while we wait for Malcolm, our good old pal Gilded, Gilded Pooh, who was exposed embarrassingly, fat adult slob, double my age and quadruple my body size, with 2 kids of his own, was caught hitting up somebody my age, a ACC EHO in the DMs, who apparently catfished him by not disclosing the fact that she was obese. And obviously this was incredibly embarrassing, more embarrassing than me attempting to pursue someone my own age in a non-sexually explicit context, unlike Gilded, who's talking about using this person as a cock sleeve. Just embarrassing stuff. So the trifecta of Gilded, Falgi, Beckett, it's like people are drawing the obvious comparison to my situation because Gilded was one of the people, like, making fun of me the hardest over that, which is, like, fair enough. But now there's a complete rewriting of history as to why I was made fun of. Couple things. Nobody mocked Aiden for wanting to fuck Goat. What? He was mocked for going on a year-long crusade at the behest of pussy he was never gonna get. That's not true. At all. Well, sorry. Both of the statements implied there aren't true. The first statement, he was mocked for going on a year-long crusade at the behest of... I was covering Lio on my own. That wasn't a part of... I was covering Lio before I met her, right? That was totally on my own. That was never... That's not what happened. I was never doing it for... And that's why people weren't making fun of me for that, because that just didn't happen. People did make fun of me for wanting to fuck, right? That's what I did get made fun of for. The tweets are up, the videos are... It's like not like a secret. It's not a secret. They've created this new angle where it's like, oh, it's not that Aiden was chasing the e-girl. It's that he did all these things for it's like, no, I didn't do those things for, and that wasn't, nobody provided proof of that. That's why that wasn't an official narrative. In regards to the second part of the claim, behest of pussy he was never gonna get. That's not necessarily a fair statement either, is it? Right? It's not necessarily a fair statement if we look at the context here. Anyways. Something that I noticed, though, where... Sorry, not something that I noticed. Something that horrified me. Do I have it bookmarked? We're gonna pull it up for the stream. I'll check your quote tweet. Hold on. Everybody calm down. There's something more important. Somebody replied to Gilded Poo with this. The cabal is real. Who sexted a 14-year-old transgender? Bob Saget. No, you did that. A 14-year-old transgender? Literally insane allegation. The DMs were exposed. Stop coping. I don't know, man. This looks pretty damning to me. I don't know, dude. How is Gilton gonna respond to that? And then Navakva replies to the wrong person. But Room Temp Shrimp, our top reporter, I can't say I actually have to never call anyone my top guy, because then everyone starts making fun of them for it, and then they start snarking me, so they don't seem like... Alright, let's look at this. This better be good. This better be fucking good. Also, Navakva fighting the lone soldier on the AG4L front. Okay, what is this quote retweet? You just know Gilded Zoo would be all in on Goat, abandoning his kid for a week again in a drunken stupor if she looked like this. Is that what he calls it? A drunken stupor? Okay, so now being drunk is relevant when we're assessing people's behavior? Damn. That's what I call it, but he said he was drunk all week. Why would that be relevant? Why would that be relevant? Oh shit, wait. Fuck, I missed the call! Okay, I got you.
Aiden, I'll be home. I'll be in just a minute, and then I'll call in, okay?
Alright, thanks. Take care. Sorry, I'm harassing someone. Yeah, the truth of the matter is, for like an 8-year online history where most of it I was a prepubescent kid, my backtrack is so much, my record is so much better than all of these people. They have nothing. Well, they have one thing, but nothing else. Okay? Did you ever play the Gilded Facebook hot dog clip? No. Every accusation is a confession. Hold on. What's the, instead of asking me to play, I haven't seen the clip, so I have this thing called an inbox where you could send it and then I could pull up the clip.
No, Aiden. You're supposed to go and do research and find some shitter meme clip of Gilded Poo talking about a hot dog making, well, you make $20 every 3 hours. You're supposed to be doing,
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I hope you, like, actually, like, pass out on the street and get eaten by a homeless guy. Okay, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Hold on, we're waiting for Malcolm. Anything else while we wait? Anything else while we wait, people? Anything? What am I doing? I'm waiting for Malcolm. I'm waiting for Malcolm. That's what I'm doing right now. I've somehow brought this thing to 3 fucking hours. Now we're just waiting for Malcolm. Now that's all we gotta do. Any plans for this week? You crack me up. You crack me up, chatter. Plans for this week. Doing things. Someone made a comment about your page about something about Denal or something. I don't know. Dickers and Morale are showing leaked DMs between Falgi and Malcolm right now. Oh, thanks. Did. Thank you so much for the $1.50 Mastro Bricks, a hamburger. Much appreciated. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated.
Work or whatever.
You got dipped.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
Like it is such a disconnected process. You usually aren't friends with the person. You usually aren't talking with
So
them.
leaking DMs. Hey, just reaching out because it's my understanding that Ash has done some thumbnail work for you in the past.
It is literally.
I want to clarify that any disagreements in coverage you and I may have no effect on potential work for you. Ash is a friend, and I don't want this to interfere with anything that you had planned for them to work on. Huh? I also want to make clear that to you, I have no want or intent to impact the product of your channel. I just want it to be open because I think this level of transparency is essential. Thank you.
Hey, I need a thumbnail. Here's the money. Give me the thumbnail. It is so disconnected from any like personal connection. It's so bizarre that he's treating this like a bridge burn might be a bit too extreme, but like for lack of a better term, like a bridge burn. It's so bizarre.
It is very bizarre.
Inbox? I thought Goat, Cato, and Given Ant were stepping off the internet. What's going on here? Okay, wait. Oh, dude, it's a green quality screenshot. Hey, just reaching out because it's my understanding that Ash, Eric's Blue, has done some thumbnail work for you in the past. I want to clarify that any disagreements in coverage you and I may have, I hope, have no effect on the potential work for you. Ash is a friend, and I don't want this to interfere with anything that you had planned for them to work on. I also want to make it clear to you, I have no want or intent to impact the product of your channel. Just want to be open because I think this level of transparency is essential. Thank you. Oh, not at all, and I have no issues with you, lol. I've said that many times. All good, same on my end. No worries at all. Even if I did hate you, I still can have Ash make me thumbnails, lol. What is the op block looking for here? Like, so someone he's working with is thinking about working for some... someone he's working with is thinking about working for someone he doesn't like or up for question, and then he's going and reaching out to that what is...
I mean, to be fair to Felgi, sometimes it can start out with thumbnails, sometimes it escalates to DaVinci Resolve, then before you know it,
What happened 2 months after these messages?
they're plotting your fucking assassination. They're gonna have your fucking head on a spike. They're gonna leak the fucking secret cam footage from under the desk during the during the Femboy Maid streams. It could get pretty fucking hairy. Okay. So he says Ash is a friend, and I don't want this to interfere with anything that you had planned for them to work on. And I also wanted to make it clear to you that I have no...
Oh my, gilded poo and I'm very glad to see that Dickers is providing a community for the raped. It's very nice to
want
see.
or intent to impact the product of your channel. I just wanted to be
Did Ash take the job with Malcolm?
open, because I think this level of transparency is essential. Thank you. Dude, I feel like I'm watching, like, negotiations between the US and the fucking...
Okay, the comment about the threat on Denal kind of... Where? What are you talking about, Plans?
Soviet Union about nukes right now.
I want to include the thread of me and his server has grown by 1,000 messages since this stream started.
There's a morale thread in his server?
Okay.
What the fuck is this, like, sub-drama that's going on?
Oh my god. Okay. So Malcolm says, oh, not at all. I have no issues with you, lol. I've said that many times. Felgi says, all good. Same on my end.
I mean, I can't think of, like, what has Malcolm conceivably done where where someone merely working for them would be enough to terminate, like, some sort of co-host relationship? Why?
What? What?
Aiden, you were way behind. I always am.
And then what, 2 months later, Ash is being kicked out of the fucking uplock because she was still doing thumbnails for Malcolm. Oh,
dude.
What is the beef? Dude, Malcolm said that he's about to call in. He's apparently still getting in the house. I guess this guy lives in, like, a fucking mansion or something and is walking to the streaming room or the computer room down the comically long corridor.
God, dude. All right. Malcolm says, no worries at all. Even if I did hate you.
It surely can't be about Lio. There's no way Lio has such a grip over these guys that, like, they're literally breaking relationships with co-hosts who, like, dared to professionally associate with people who have valid criticisms against Lio.
I can still have Ash make me thumbnails. Lol. Falgi reacts with an emoji that I don't know how to describe. Is that an emoji of his face? I think so. Okay.
Who uses their own face?
Okay, I understand why this got sent to me now. Okay, interesting. I mean, dude, like, content creator fucking beefs are, they can be difficult to fucking manage. Especially if it's, like, a simmering dislike of people, I guess. Like, you do occasionally hear...
Dude.
certain people talk differently about creators, like, one-on-one with you.
I'm getting gold sent to me.
Wait, what? You're getting balls sent to you?
This better be... I thought there was going to be nothing to these morale leaks, and he was just hopping onto a story. Apparently, there might apparently, it looks like shit's pulling through. This does indicate, like, incredibly, like, thin-skinned, like, paranoid-ass behavior from Falgi. It is very pathetic.
Gold.
Okay. I was gonna say, right,
dude,
you can be different sometimes.
Holy
dude,
fuck!
Wow, what are you? Can I?
Is he
about? Give it to me in a second, dude.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Holy fuck.
Okay, well, what I was gonna say, which I don't think anyone would be interested in anymore, is the fact that you can have sometimes, like, you know, creators who won't openly try and fucking, you know, like, rape somebody, but they will speak to you in private, and they'll make it clear that, like, nah, I actually don't fuck with that person at all. I actually don't fucking like them. But if you're in private and
say it to them. This is, like, it's Mean Girls behavior. Like, you should be. I mean, obviously, there's no burden to go and reach out to everybody you don't fucking like, because sometimes you just don't like people. It's not for any, like, objective, like, wrongdoing on their end or whatever. But, so, like, if it's getting to the point where associations are being broken off over the, like, why, what is the excuse for you as a commentary creator, somebody criticizes people for a living, not being willing to actually like publicly litigate and express these criticisms against the person in question who you're literally cutting associations over to avoid? It's like cowardice.
I think it's like being straight up is probably quite important. No? I don't know. Okay. Nobody gives a fuck about what I just said. What's the leak, Morale?
Apparently, Cloudy wanted this person to sext OpBlock to blue ball me because they had a crush on me. So they wanted the crush.
Nobody is okay, fake story. Now you know the story is fake. What I don't understand about Morale, how does Morale get women to participate in sexting him back? They don't know. I'm turning red again. They don't know what he looks like. And if they did know what he looks like, they almost certainly wouldn't continue sexting. So why do they participate?
To be ruined by sexting OpBlock. And I have some messages here that I'm working on censoring to show this.
And so, what? So this is not what Falgi wanted. Cloudy
Well,
is
Falgi wanted
orchestrating this
it,
stuff.
but
Well,
Cloudy
Falgi
wanted it
but
for
like-
a very different reason.
What the fuck, dude? You're being blackballed from Falgi's stream, and behind the scenes you're getting fucking blue-balled as well. How the fuck does it feel,
Blackballed, I'm
dude?
getting blackballed, I'm getting blue-balled. This is some...
So is Falgi's main gripe with Malcolm literally just morale? What did morale do to this guy? It's like, I get maybe if you don't like Morale, but he's like somebody you could just ignore, and he's not there anymore for you. What is the... I just don't understand.
Okay,
Did they reciprocate? I find it crazy that Cloudy is using her like boyfriend's cock as a weapon against Morale. That's fucking
Wait, when did the server leak shit happen though? Isn't that recent?
crazy.
Well, they did sext Falgi because that's what I spoke about to you earlier, right? Is the exhibitionism on stream.
Oh,
Maid outfit.
Oh,
Did I start this?
Oh, okay. Hold on, Morale. Go on. Redact.
I am working on it. You're gonna have to give me a sec.
This fucking guy interrupts me to say that he's got golden fucking leaks and that he hasn't even fucking edited it down to be able to fucking show it on stream. Holy fuck. No more redactions, we want the fucking leaks. I mean, I fucking get it, okay? I get it. He's clearly fucking working on it.
Dude! Oh my god. Dude, if I swear, if there is not like a leak to substantiate the performance, dude! In like 5 seconds, I'm actually gonna like bash my head through the fucking screen.
I just undapped what happened. I wasn't hearing you.
Okay, one of the messages I would rather have Falgi knock you up than Mrao.
This woman's a fucking menace.
Who is Cloudy? Is that Falgi's wife?
It's a fucking menace.
So here's one of the messages. Here's one of the messages.
Okay, let me just double check your fucking redaction work.
That's his... What? That's his fiance?
Nah, good to go. Okay. So this person says, if it's the hair...
Wait, how do I know this person? I know this person. Like, in a bad way. What? Is this like another person who, like, was in a relationship with someone I knew and I didn't know about it at the time of beefing with them? I swear I've argued with this person somewhere.
It's the hair, if I'm being honest. Every guy I've dated has had long hair, flirted too close to the sun. Cloudy says, Lamau, when will mid-white men suffer? So I'm guessing this is talking about you.
That might be Falgi. I don't know.
Does Falgi have long hair? I don't think that he does.
Yeah, doesn't he? It's like shoulder.
Oh, Gilded Poo and shit. Dickers has made some of these types feel so comfortable, man. Like, Gilded gets, like... I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, biased because of that one stream. But, like, Dickers is just, like, way too lax on Gilded's, like, presence. When Gilded, like, is it... is in it feels like when my drama was going down, there was like some course correction from Dickers where he started just being like overly tolerant of like some of the gilded poo types, and it's like all of these people are, their pattern of behavior is like far worse than any one-off incident I've ever achieved in my lifetime. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too much into it.
Also, Cloudy is saying, when will mid-white men suffer? Why would she want her own boyfriend to suffer?
Just read the fucking DMs, asshole. Holy fuck.
Right. So this person says, me when somebody is a little bit goofy and calls me pretty. I'm
Guilty?
standards are in hell. Cloudy says, at least find one that, like, buys you stuff. They say, trust me, I wouldn't be telling you if I didn't regret it. Puddle of crying, puddle of tears emoji. Cloudy says, I'd rather Falgi knock you up than Morale, Lamau. So she was talking about you. This entire conversation is about you. So she's still... Wait, hold on. What the fuck did you do to this girl? Trust me, I wouldn't be telling you if I didn't regret it. Morale, what did you do, bro?
I don't kiss and tell, sorry.
No, he has to show his DMs with her. He has to show... Morale has to. For transparency, he has to. Because Morale is untrustworthy whenever it comes to anything he's personally involved in that involves a female. Because he, despite it being known that he's a well-known sex pest, he still goes out of his way to like omit certain details or not be like completely transparent about who he was sexting or trying to sext. We need these DMs.
What the fuck? Okay. So when it's about you, you don't want to leak.
What was Morale doing with Falgi's fiance?
Falgi, Cloudy, I'm speaking to you directly. The full details of this from Morale's side are now not being fucking...
Why is Chibi Reviews Wait, did Chibi's video come? What is going on? Did his video come out? Oh my god, it's out. It's out. It's out, and apparently he's defending flamenco. Ladies and gentlemen, Chibi Reviews' new video. The one that's gonna get him tons. It's out. It's out. It's out. It's out.
I want to catch a lot of heat for this video and probably receive hundreds of thousands of death threats for even making a video discussing lollies and even trying to defend lollies, but we're going to get right into it.
Wow, such a martyr. Putting yourself up for such a noble cause.
Because I've already faced death threats, I've already faced slander, false accusations, people doxing me, sending me stuff in the mail, all sorts of horrific...
This guy literally, it's like victim porn. This guy literally just gets off on his entire existence being a victim. Shake a hornet's nest, get stung, talk about how you were stung for like months and months and months while provoking more hornets to come at you. It's just always like let me do everything you're supposed to do to keep inciting trolls and people coming after you while simultaneously crying about it to the public.
Stuff for my stances on fictional content, so you know what, screw it, I'm not gonna bow down and bend the knee, I'm gonna just straight up get into what needs to be said. And so this is a post that crossed my feed today by Real Schlep. Now you might not know who this is, but there is a very high chance you do. This individual is someone that is very well known for being a pred catcher. They are someone that makes their entire channel around catching predators on Roblox and different forms of the internet, as you can see here, and they have 2.4 million followers. So this is a pretty large channel that gets very decent views, as you can see here, 7.7 million views, 8 million views. Obviously, they are very...
Look, I like conversations that go places you're not supposed to go, in debates and argue. I think anything can be debated and argued, etc. The problem you have with subjects like Lolicon is that almost always the people willing to debate, either they're debate perverts that look for hard debates like myself, or they're people that have a preconceived interest in the defense of this content, i.e. they watch it and consume it. So that's why they're partaking in this like broader conversation. But does Chibi admit that he's a lolicon?
Successful as a content creator, someone that is way beyond my success.
Malcolm just okay, great. So I waited for nothing. Okay. I was gonna get an interview.
Just a drop in the bucket in comparison to this individual that is making YouTube content. However, what really shocks me is that an individual that has their entire career based around being a predator catcher is someone that cannot separate fiction from reality. That is what really blew me away.
So this he's not. They keep making this argument. You can't separate fiction from reality. Nothing about this tweet implies that he believes that that anything.
When I saw this post today and the amount of damage that this.
Aiden, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Please look at my thread when you get a chance. Your thread on where? On X? Is it on X? Someone was saying that someone replied to me with something. Where am I looking? Just tell me where I'm looking. Okay, at Blorp. Okay. All right, at Blorp 637. All right, let's look. What's your thread? Proof that Denal and Starbased are the same person. With Denal used as means to spread news about the following Starbased, known doxer and botter, often targeting these individuals based on past grudges. There are many obvious links between the two users. A thread. Targeting and engagement. Both accounts focus on the same circle, including iNuts, Hempleton, Morale, Aiden, Dickers. They frequently engage in the exact same threads regarding Morale, Aiden, and some DG-related drama pertinent to those mentioned. Sex pest and defender of children, Starbase, has proceeded to bot my stream after his arch nemesis Himpleton told him to call in, which resulted in Starbase removing him. iNut subsequently received bot replies in his thread. On March 14, 2025, Himpleton posted an AI essay post account called Denal Torres Burgess has a full AI botnet of stolen bot accounts that it used to astroturf and flood anyone interacting with me. The post is overrun with bots. Both accounts post identical dark mode Discord captures. Okay. This is all like incredibly circumstantial. Do I believe that they're probably the same person? Yeah, but so far there's nothing new here. A lot of people have the same type of screenshots. Also, if we're going by the screenshots that Denal posts, then you would be under the immediate impression that like it wasn't Starbase because Denal's screenshots are in European time zone or in a European time zone. Malcolm's trying to call me. Fuck.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hey, what's up?
So I'm seeing Falgy's apparently talking about cutting off certain people for working with you. I'm curious, what's your beef with Falgy?
Apparently, I don't fucking know anything about this. I like just got here.
Fair enough. I don't know a whole lot about either. What your history of Falgy though? Would you say you and him have been like enemies or on
No, and I obviously I don't like leaking DMs, but I'm going to now, obviously. And that reminds me, I should screenshot this before this fucking fat snake deletes all this shit. Hang on. Let me get these really quick because we have had like no issues. I was asking, I was like, what does he even think that I did, dude? Because I didn't do anything. So the first time he messaged me, I'm just gonna put this over here. I don't give a fuck about leaking these because this guy's a fucking asshole. So hang on, let me put these over here so everybody can see. I don't know if I can do this appropriately. Let's do it like this. My chat's gonna be in the way, but I'll read these to you. Mm-hmm. So my fucking chat's in the way. Whatever, dude. I don't care. You guys can see that I messaged. Yes, that's fine. So he messaged me on July 1st, 2025 and was like, hey, for what it's worth, it was nice to get the chance to talk to you. And then then he said like, your vibe is great,
That's a
by the
lie.
way, like all this
Whatever,
other
dude.
stuff. And then
Don't
he
care.
sent me this and said, hey, just reaching out because it's my understanding that Ash has done some thumbnail work for you in the past. I want to clarify that any disagreement in coverage you and I may have, I hope it has no effect on their potential work for you. Ash is a friend, and I don't want this to interfere with anything that you had planned with them to work on. I also wanted to make it clear to you that I have no want or intent to impact the product of your channel. I just wanted to be open because I think this level of transparency is essential. Thank you. Like, this is like a fucking corporate email or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. And Ash has made me less than 10 thumbnails. I can go and count. Ash has made me like less than 10 thumbnails. Ash doesn't like quote unquote work for me.
This is totally bizarre. What's not just bizarre is, so like there's evidently some issue or paranoia about you, indicated by what he had sent to this Ash person or whatever. But what's even more bizarre is I'm trying to figure out what his motive is in reaching out to you to talk about, to like let you know he doesn't want to hurt Ash's like business opportunities or whatever. Was there any indication on your end that
No. I don't even know what the fuck he thinks that I like, and I've never like I've said like jokes or whatever. I'm like, oh my god, Falgi has big boobs, like as a joke. Like I've never said anything like fucking crazy or whatever. But he sent me this in, what was this, 7/10? I think it was like right around the time that I started doing Lio content. Like, not to say like this is Lio Convoy's fault or whatever, but I'm pretty sure like if I go back to my videos, what was that, in July? Yeah, this was like around the time that I started covering like Lio Convoy and shit like that. And then he sent me that message like out of the blue. And I think Ash has made me like less than 10 thumbnails. So I don't know. And I pay $5 for each of them. So it's not like I'm paying Ash's rent or anything like that. And it's like every once in a while when I don't feel like making one, I'll ask Ash to make one for me, but that's it.
It has to be more than just Lio. There's no way he feels so strongly about his like connection with Lio. He's like,
yeah,
to these ends, I feel like there's just some missing piece of like crucial context here, but without it, he still looks like this, just like a complete snake.
Yeah, I have no idea, because the messages, I have a message from him on, it's July 2nd, and we're like joking. He said, hey, by the way, your vibe is great. And I said, sorry to butt in while you're streaming. I just wanted to let you know that I don't want to fuck up your space. So if I'm being annoying, I think it was when I was fighting with Lio in Falgi's Discord server at this time. And then he said there are no trans wrongs, only trans rights. So we're like bullshitting back and forth. And then he randomly messaged me on July 10th about the Ash thing. And I was like, you're fine. I don't have any issues. And then after that, he sent me some shit about Psy. And we were kind of like, I don't know, like, why she's still talking about this. Like, that was the extent of this conversation. And then I asked him, it was, maybe this, I don't know if this is what it is. In November with Parlo and Internet Adjacent, I said, hey, Wolfgang said that he's willing to talk to you, but he doesn't want to do it on your stream. And I told him that I'd do it if you still want to talk to him. And then Falgi said that he didn't want to. And I said, okay. And that's it.
You know what?
Like, I have no idea.
You know what I'm thinking? Okay, so our known unknown here is what Falgi's exact grievances or gripes are with you. That's our known unknown. But what I think we can figure out here is he gives this ultimatum to Ash due to this dislike. We don't know what's causing it, right? Essentially this ultimatum. Then he gets paranoid and thinks Ash might have said something to you. So in like a snaky kind of way, he's trying to like get ahead of it and be like, hey, just so you know, I would never come between your... Because maybe he thinks that Ash said something to you.
And Ash didn't. I don't think that Ash would care. Like, literally the only things that we have talked about has been like Ash making thumbnails for me. Like, no shit. That's like the only thing that we've talked about. Like, if I go to my DM, like, I'm fucking confused, bro, because I have no fucking idea what's going on, because I didn't fucking do anything. Like, I didn't do shit this time. I have no idea. Like, where are my DMs with Ash? I'm not like gonna, but I'm looking through like right here. So I had a conversation with Ash about editing, because I was like, I don't know how much money I want to spend on editing. So the first time I messaged Ash was 6/3/25, and I was like, hey, like I wanted to get a hold of you for like editing or thumbnails. And then we agreed to just do thumbnails or whatever as I needed them. And then I sent a couple of examples, and then I have we're talking a little bit about like RPM and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know, because I have to pay taxes on it. I don't know if I want to spend the money on editing. I can do it myself, blah, blah, blah. Like all we're talking about is content. We have not talked about a single thing that is not like making thumbnails.
But he doesn't know that necessarily. So he hears about this association, gets hyper paranoid, and like a fucking snake, like a weasel, is like coming to try to do damage control for an issue that isn't even happening, that he potentially thinks is happening due to his paranoia. I think that's like, because the behavior, that's the only thing right now, I guess, that makes sense for like why he's trying to reach out to you before you've indicated an issue. And wait, who responded? Wait, did Falgi respond? What is this?
This is the screenshot that I was sent where Falgi said, has Malcolm come back to you about that job? So this was probably around the time that we were talking about like RPM and shit. But if I go back up to my DMs with Ash, I literally, what did I say? I said, I'm asking for thumbnails. When we were talking about RPM, I just said that I didn't want to pay an editor because I could do it myself, but I'm fine doing thumbnails and shit like that. And so that was what, on the 9th? So it was like the 5th, I had Ash make 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 thumbnails for me. And I said, wonderful, thanks. And then I paid Ash and that was it. And then July, Ash said, just touching base, you're still looking to have me doing editing thumbnails. And I said, I'm going on vacation. And then when I got back from vacation, I said, I'm just looking for thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it.
Yeah, it sounds like there was nothing there. Like,
No.
But this is just like, I don't know, super, whatever grievance he has, it's just super embarrassing because I can't imagine it's anything that would be like worthy of like policing associations this hard. Like if you were like a known predator or something, like maybe then I'd get it.
Yeah.
But other than that,
there's like nothing in here. I have literally fucking nothing. I have no idea why he's so pissed because it was on the 30th. What is this? It's the, what day? Oh, it's August 8th. I said, hey, I think I'm just going to continue to edit my own stuff, but I'll keep it on the table if there's something that I want edited or if I do want a commission or whatever. But if you do decide to edit, this is what I would pay you if I ever need something edited, if that sounds good. And then Ash said, that sounds good to me. And that's it.
Yeah. It's just so snaky how he comes like acting like he's not trying to get between anything. It's just like, well, he's acting, that's exactly what he's doing. It's just so like weaselly. I don't know. This is incredibly embarrassing for Falgi. I'm sure there's more to this that we're gonna figure out. I, for one, would like to see Morale's messages with Falgi's. There's someone on stream. I was noticing some implications, and I'm curious for Morale to leak the DMs with Chris. What's her name? Whoever the starts with a C. Falgi's partner or whatever.
Oh, Cloudy?
Yeah. There was some implications that there might be something there because this person really hates Morale for some unknown reason, and knowing Morale's not being totally forthcoming about his conversations with this person. And then in regards to this stuff, I can't possibly figure out what motivated Falgi's attitude towards you. The Lio explanation doesn't totally make sense to me. Maybe the guy really does love Lio that much. I don't know.
Yeah, I have literally no fucking idea. And I've heard some, I haven't seen anything. Apparently Falgi is saying that he thinks that I'm like doing drugs on stream and he wishes that I overdose and die and shit. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
What? What? I haven't seen that one yet.
Apparently there's like a leaked call where he says that that he thinks that I'm doing acid and shit on stream and that he hopes that I like overdose at a festival
That you're
and
doing
die.
acid on stream.
Yeah.
That would be first overdosing on acid, crazy work. Second of all, that would be kind of hard to hide.
Yeah.
Like very hard to hide. The hardest one to hide.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I also find this interesting. I'll share this with you. I was going to share this later, but I'll share this with you. Falgi apparently had said that he worked with drug addicts for years. So he respects people that want to get clean and struggle with addiction issues, unless they're me, of course. Because then I should just die. I should just be a junkie and die on acid.
First of all, the guy's actually worked with people. He thinks you can overdose and die on acid. The guy's worked with drug addicts. Doubt.
I don't know, dude.
Doubt. Well, you know, hopefully you go to rehab and get help with that addiction. But until more developments come, this just looks like a total Falgi L, and insanely embarrassing. And hopefully we get answers in a live streamed format. Hopefully Falgi litigates his grievances with you live on stream, potentially with a neutral moderator, a neutral young male Jewish moderator. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Brittany Simon's available, so
Go fuck
I think
yourself.
we're good.
All right. Nice. Bye-bye. Okay. So that's that. Apparently Gilded Jew did a response stream, and I just never saw it. So let's take a look at this.
At all whatsoever. It's quite. So a lot of shit has happened, or should I say?
I like how I
nothing
can't hear it.
Has happened. How you look at it, really.
Great audio, Gilded.
It's kind of difficult to do a stream on Stale 2000 without somebody, you know.
Check DMs first. Dude, my DMs are off the hook. Blowing up. Everybody's trying to get in contact with me right now. Crazy leak on Dicker's stream. Doomer Media has revealed its sources are telling him that the op block is an exhibition. That's what I said it's like a humiliation ritual.
At this. Falgi's kink. So the sexting thing is true. He was sexting someone, and they have just conveyed to me that Falgi's kink is exhibitionism, and he does it on stream. And I have DMs of him.
Wait, so Falgi's fiance is also like an ACCer? Did he meet his fiance in the ACC?
Saying, getting me all excited. The person replies,
dude, chatters are such fucking cheapskates. Dickers is doing like 170 viewers, okay? He's getting the scoop on a story. Every time I've tuned into the stream and every time I've watched a clip, his dono goal, it stays exactly the same. Holy freeloading. What is going on here, people? Sick, he's just staying there as it moved. Wait, fuck. Chatters think they deserve to live. True! They think they're people.
Okay, nice.
Are you serious? 140 watching. What?
It's nice. I appreciate it.
What
the
I'm
fuck
sorry.
are you doing?
Fuck.
Okay,
I
Malcolm
shouldn't
is
have
saying that he's in the
gotten.
waiting room.
I should not listen. Fuck me. This is why I don't talk to people.
Yo, thank you so much, Plants, with the $5. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Hello, I'm free. Nope. You paid the toll. You paid the toll. Thank you so much, Plants. Very much appreciated. Patrick coming in with the 2. Thank you so much, Patrick. I donate to Aiden over Dickers anyway. True. Good choice. Good preference.
Off stream. I'm so sorry.
Where's the leaked call that everyone's talking about? Yo, thank you for the 5, Kalora Vetla. The chosen Jannies will inherit the earth. True, you gave me $5, so you're chosen. You will inherit the earth, my successor.
About more stuff coming out. And so when I say something that is like gracious, right? I'm fucking,
So I have
I'm
a lot
fucking
of-
being measured in that stuff. And to be clear, I'm not saying that bad stuff is gonna come out, but I've heard that more stuff is. You might have had it leaked already, but the reason why Ash in particular was told that they are no longer allowed to co-host on the stream of the op block or be associated with it is because they were doing thumbnail artist work for you. Why Ash in particular, apparently all been leaked. Okay, so there has been big Falgi leaks. The breakup of the op block has all been leaked. The story of all of it. Yeah, so apparently, I don't know if you know this, you might have had it leaked already, but the reason why Ash in particular was told that they are.
Also, how do you get addicted to LSD? Because correct me if I'm wrong. If you were to take LSD, like within close proximity, like if I dropped acid one night and then dropped acid another, is it true it just wouldn't work? Or it just doesn't really work? That's what I've heard. Aiden, it's been 5 years. When am I getting my cut of the donos? Please, my family is starving. You know what? Maybe I'll give you. Maybe if you're good, I might give you a peso next year.
No longer allowed to co-host on the stream of the op block or be associated with it. It's because
I should drop acid again though. I don't miss it, but I just like it's like a curiosity because that's like the closest I would never go farther than that, obviously. But it is just like crazy.
they were doing thumbnail artists.
It's not that crazy, but it's like compared to like earthly experiences.
Which is fucking insane because Ash has made like 10 thumbnails for me. Like 10 total.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, I can go through and count right now. Like
You have to take like 5 times as much to get the same results. Do DMT, do meth too. Okay, that's obviously I'm talking about non-addictive substances like LSD. Okay, obviously I wouldn't do it.
don't like leaking DMs. I'm not gonna leak. Ash didn't do anything, so I'm not. But I can count how many thumbnails Ash has made me. Let me count really quick. So I have one.
Take 10 to 20 hits at once. Yeah, Dad. Take 10 to 20 hits at once. Then, dude, I should just like I'll just drink because the crazy thing about acid is like it's hard to LSD is a hard drug, a harder drug to make. It's not like meth where some amateurs with like basic chemistry knowledge can do it. Acid like takes skill and equipment and patience to make. And when you finally get it, you get it in a liquid form. And that liquid form contains like millions of doses. So I should just like drink a straight up like bottle of liquid, man. I'm pretty sure how the first person ever got high on LSD, it was called Bicycle Day, right? It was like a Swiss scientist or something. He'd actually spilled some of that liquid on his skin and it absorbed. Right?
Nightmare. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, and people, this is like real life Breaking Bad stuff. People don't know that 90% of America's LSD, post like Woodstock, hippie era, in like the early 2000s, 90% of LSD, because it's a hard thing to make, was being made by one man. One man in the United States. A former professor that had stolen a bunch of lab equipment from, I think it was the University of California, Berkeley, and his operation became so big, he managed to secure an abandoned missile silo in Kansas, and he got caught because he was moving his equipment there at the time they caught him. And he made it, he would have been operating like a giant like enterprise out of a fucking abandoned missile silo. So I think his name was like William Pickard or something. He got out in like 2020 on parole.
9, 10. I have 18 thumbnails total. 18 thumbnails total. And I have a joke about him having bigger tits than me. That's like
yeah, so just more of those. All right. Well, that's probably that.
the only thing that I
unless something new is leaked. Thank you guys for watching. It's an uneventful stream, but that's because it's just like an uneventful day. I'll be live again tomorrow. There's a YouTube channel called NeuroSoup. I'm pretty sure that girl is part of that missile silo thing. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure she was involved with something like that. Well, she would know because this was like one of the only... Dude, LSD is synthesized from ergot on it's a fungus that grows on wheat, and then like throughout the process, if the batch is exposed to like any light, it gets ruined and you have to restart it. Technically, you could synthesize, theoretically, I'm pretty sure, LSD from the seeds of, I think it's the nightshade plant, or the morning glory. I think it's nightshade. And, but it's just completely ineffective, because the seeds have something called LSA, which is chemically similar to LSD, except LSA gives you diarrhea. So, do not eat nightshade seeds to get high. Morning Glory is... Sorry, Morning Glory. I meant Morning Glory, not Nightshade. I meant Morning Glory. You've done LSA? I just heard that it's like LSD, except you really have to shit yourself and you have a bad trip. Do not do drugs. I do not encourage drug use. I do not condone drug use. I do not, but, morning glory seeds don't cause diarrhea, but it causes, I'm thinking of, yeah, morning glory is poisonous, right? Morning glory is poisonous, but it also, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can derive LSA from the seeds. Look at all, nobody's a junkie on LSD, bro. Yeah, these LSD junkies. Right, Aiden? They're seeing demons? Yeah, man. So true. All right. You're a junkie. Really glad to hear it, man. Really glad to hear it. LSA is a more chill LSD. It's got more of a sedative effect and less geometric visuals. Sounds like you could accidentally poison yourself, though, because it's morning glory, right? All right. Well, anyways. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. I will see you tomorrow. Your mom's done LSD? I've done LSD 2 times. I would not, yeah. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.